All right, folks. Good evening. That's all the ASCII animation I have for tonight. See ya. Good night. No, yeah, just thought it'd be fun to have another one of those things. I go, I didn't want to loop. Here, let's stop that. Okay. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Good evening, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm Mark W. This is my weekly old school gaming stream that I call Old Games on a Weekday. And lately, I've been doing a series of streams all about Nethack. I've been doing a single playthrough of one character. It's the classic roguelike Nethack, one of the most interesting games of all time, in my opinion. One of my favorites of all time. What else is there to say? I'm calling this series Nethack and Chill. This is part 9 in that series. And the kind of the original premise, I'm trying to maintain some of that as well, is to kind of explain everything as I go. Treat you guys like you've never seen the game before. And also kind of like take my time and look up tidbits in the wiki. You know, try to do it in a chill manner, so to speak. Although I had a really interesting and not super chill encounter last week with an ogre lord who had a wand of death, and that was almost the death of me, but we managed to get through that. Okay. As you can see here, if you've been following this stream, you can see the UI looks different. And bear with me a minute while I try to get this set up. It's not all fitting correctly. I got a fancier new UI. I didn't really get it. I just told Nethack to use it. It's built in to the current build, and this is called the Curses window style or something like that. Bear with me as I get it all set up. I had the window set up for the ASCII animations, but not for the game itself. And yeah, I can play with the sizes here because as you can see, it gives you a lot of space for kind of this peripheral stuff, especially that box on the bottom for all of your I don't know what you call it, your log info, your responses, the text stuff that the game tells you. And it is a little bit kind of The main map I feel like should be bigger, but I can make that happen. Just bear with me a little bit. I think I just need to make my font bigger and then resize my window. But yeah, this is called the Curses version. This is from the Curses graphic mode or window mode or something like that. One of the developers, or might have just been some random guy, decided to add this into, I think, Nethack 3.4. We are on 3.6, by the way. So this is kind of a nicer UI. The other one that I've been using is called the ASCII window mode, typically, I believe. And that's kind of the default. And as you can see, yeah, this can be configured different ways. You can put that message window at the, or message panel, whatever you want to call it, at the top or the bottom. And the right, you can see that it has all my status information, like my hit points and my armor class and my level, etc. All my character info there. You can also put inventory on there, and you can have it up all the time so that you don't have to hit the I key to see your inventory. I played with that, but I found it was so kind of truncated that I don't know, I kind of didn't like it. So I'm just gonna press the I key like always to check inventory, like so. And you can see this looks a little nicer too. It has a kind of purplish border around it to make it look like a window on top. It's pretty neat. So yeah, this should up our game a little bit. Not necessarily in terms of playing well, but make it look a little nicer. And yeah, it can be nice to see these log entries down here, because oftentimes I have to hit Control P to see a message that I missed, and this would hopefully reduce some of the Control Ping that I have to do. Not peeing, but Control Ping. So yeah, anything else before we start? I don't know what else to say. Yeah, we had that encounter with the Ogre Lord with the Wand of Death. That was the highlight. I guess there were a couple highlights of last stream. That was the most dangerous encounter, the ogre that we encountered. Well, first of all, a little bit of context. The last episode, pretty much took place entirely, or like beyond 90% in the Sokoban levels, which are kind of these 4 levels in which you push box. It's based on the game where you push boxes onto designated squares in a level, and you can't pull these boxes, you can only push them, and so it's a puzzle game. So there's 4 levels in Nethack that are based on Sokoban like that. And we got through it, and we obtained as our reward for getting through it the Amulet of Reflection. It always gives you either that, the game always gives you either that, the Amulet of Reflection, or Bag of Holding. I was kind of, either one was great. I think I was kind of hoping for the Bag of Holding a little more, because I have this obsession with carrying a lot of stuff and then getting upset when I'm burdened. As you can see here, I'm burdened today once again. But yeah, we ran into this Ogre Lord who had a Wand of Death. It was just a randomly generated thing. It's not like it was a boss of the level or anything. It just happened to show up with this Wand of Death, and that does what it sounds like. It blasts a ray at you that instantly kills you if it hits you. We had it whiz by us like once or twice, and I don't know, I don't need to get into all the details of the tactics, but essentially I managed to teleport him away initially when he initially attacked me, and then by using a wand of teleport, and then I kind of got my stuff together, like dropped my bag so I would be unburdened. I put on my Amulet of Live-Saving just in case I would get hit and killed, and sure enough, when I encountered him again after teleporting him away, he did actually hit me and kill me, but my Amulet of Live-Saving kicked in, saved my life, and now there's no more Amulet of Live-Saving, unfortunately. But one nice thing was, as a reward for that, well, first of all, I was just so grateful to be alive. I was kind of stressed about that, but yeah, I was happy to get his Wand of Death too. I wasn't sure if it had any charges left, but I had it nonetheless. Later on, another character with a wand zapped me. It happened to be a Wand of Lightning. The Wands of Lightning can destroy the wands that you have on your person and damage other stuff too. I forget what specifically. But anyway, it happened to destroy my Wand of Death, just to like add insult to injury. But hey, you know what? Now I have an Amulet of Reflection, and those things will bounce off me next time. It's kind of ironic though. It was like the thing I really needed to stop both of those things, the Wand of Death and the Wand of Lightning, was the Amulet of Reflection, which I didn't get until past those guys. But yeah, now I'm a little bit better because I have that amulet. And let's take a look at our inventory. Yeah, I got the Amulet of Reflection. I'm pretty much going to leave that on always, unless I get Reflection by another means, which would probably have to be Silver Dragon Scale Mail down the line if I do get that. I get, once again, I have my +1 Katana and Blessed Silver Saber named Grace Wanderer that I believe is a +2, but I don't have it formally identified yet. Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. I've got the awesome. This is the one of the crown jewels of my possessions is the blessed +4 gauntlets of power. That gives me 25 strength, and that's kind of one of the ascension kit items for a warrior type. Usually, ascension kit is kind of a term that refers to the stuff you should have before you try to win the game. So I have like one thing. Well, I got a couple of things. The Grace Winder is going to be part of my ascension kit. I mean, well, depends on your definition of ascension kit. Some people would say that it's a set of necessary things, pretty much. But basically, I have the weapon that I want for the end game, Grace Winder, plus a katana. I'm probably going to keep too. I just need to enchant them more. Probably speed boots I'll keep to the end of the game. But I do need to get magic resistance. Two of the things you need are magic resistance and reflection. I have reflection from the amulet now. That means I could get magic resistance from Cloak of Magic Resistance or Gray Dragon Scale Mail. So we'll see what I can do as far as Dragon Scale Mail down the line. I would actually rather have silver and then the Cloak of Magic Resistance. Then I can put on a different amulet, perhaps Life-Saving if I can find another one. Who knows if I will, though. They're very rare. Yeah, otherwise, I guess nothing too spectacular. Otherwise, I have a couple of luck stones. I got a nice unicorn horn. I do have a whole pile of potions, I believe. I think that was kind of my next plan, was to maybe bless a pile of potions again. I like doing that. For some reason in my mind, I thought I had like 10 potions. Well, maybe I have some not in the bag. And so what you do with the potions of water is you put them in a pile on an altar, and then you pray to your god. And they will turn into holy water unless your god is pissed off at you. But you can also dilute potions that you don't care about. For example, I probably won't use these potions of paralysis. I mean, you can throw them at enemies, but usually I just try to turn them into water. You can use a pool or a fountain to dilute them. So I will dilute those 2 potions of paralysis, and then I'll have, if you count them all, we got 4, 5, I'll have 7 water potions. And yeah, I got a couple here too. 8, perhaps 9. And I think I had another extra healing in my bag, so that would make 10. And yeah, extra healing is good, by the way, so you might be like, why would you want to lose that? Well, it's kind of borderline for me, because the full healings are the really good ones for later in the game. It's almost like not worth lugging around extra healing, but they could be useful now. So I don't know, I'm going to have to settle that mental debate. I might actually keep one or something like that. One of them is cursed, so I think if I dilute it twice, it will no longer be cursed because I've dumped its contents, essentially. But that's something to look up. And again, one of the themes of Nethack and Chill is I just look up everything. I don't want to rush into anything. So I can look up diluting really quick and see what happens. I'm pretty sure if it's a fountain, I mean, if it's a diluted, if you dilute a potion that's cursed, I believe it becomes uncursed. Yeah, look at this, right where I have the search result highlighted, uncursed water will become uncursed water. So yeah, I can dilute that cursed extra healing. Maybe I'll make that my compromise. I'll dilute the cursed extra healing and keep the good one. But who knows, I might find more potions to dilute by the time I get to that point. I don't know, do I want to actually do this now? I guess I could. Let's try to use the overview command to gather our bearings a little bit. So we're here on this level. It has many fountains. We already did the Sokoban. I could use the fountains that are right here to dilute them, but what I don't like about that is the fountains get used up. What I do like is this is something I kind of knew about, but I jogged my memory a couple of streams ago where it's like you can just take a pool. The pools don't dry up, so you can dilute that way. However, it's a little tricky. You can't just like stick the potion. You have to walk into the pool, and it dilutes all the potion. It wipes off the ink on scrolls. It does all this kind of stuff. So essentially, you got to dump all your stuff in like the corner, and then step into the pool with nothing but potions on your person. So there's pros and cons of each. I mean, you could get jumped at that moment and be in trouble, or someone could steal your stuff, but generally it's probably pretty safe to do. So I think I'm going to do that now because it's only 2 levels up actually. And then what I'll do is have to go to the altar that's co-aligned, which is all the way back up here on level 2. So I'm gonna go back up and trying to think. There was something I just thought of that as I was babbling, I lost track of it. Right, bags of tricks. So a fun trick to do appropriately with a bag of tricks is to get on your god's really good graces. So the way you do that, when you have an altar, when you find an altar that's co-aligned, in other words, it belongs to your god, you can sacrifice corpses of your enemies to your god, and that will increase your luck. Sometimes you are granted artifacts as gifts. It might be good looking up the actual outcomes that are available to me. But the point is, these bags of tricks, there's 2 of them that I left here on level 8. You apply the bag and you pull out a monster. Pull out a monster, pull out a monster, and it has so many charges. So essentially I have 2 bags of tricks that it can do that. I don't know how many altogether, but each one must have at least like 5 or 6 charges, I'm pretty sure. So I can essentially just pull monsters out of a hat right on top of the altar, kill it, sacrifice its corpse, repeat. That's a fun little trick to do. I don't know if it's going to be too... I don't know if the rewards from doing so will be too huge for me at this time, but it might be worth doing anyway, especially since I'm going to the altar anyway to get this potion stuff happening. So let us make that our plan for the moment. And so we're going to head on up. Might as well bring our horsey pal here. His name is OD2. That's right, Tamor horse. Let's go up. Which one is Sokoban? I have a feeling it's the one on the left. So that means, in other words, there are 2 staircases. One goes to Sokoban, one goes up in this dungeon that I'm in now. So let's go to the other one. I'm pretty sure Sokoban was on the left. If I'm wrong, I'll feel like an idiot. I'm blind. I don't want to be blind right now. I mean, it's not the worst thing. And with my telepathy, I can see all monsters on the level as long as they have brains. Can't see molds. They don't have a brain to connect to with my telepathy. Okay, come on, pony. Or warhorse, actually. Ah, where'd he go? Went through the door. Don't kill that hobbit. Look, he killed a hobbit. Why'd you kill a hobbit, bro? Rune dagger. We could actually name the dagger Sting, and then it'll glow when there are orcs around. But I just don't want to carry it around. It's not really that useful. Okay, here we are on the Oracle level, and we left the bags of tricks somewhere around here. Let's take a look. There was that command that guy who was really good at the game told me about. I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it the carrot key? What direction? Let's look that up. The carrot command. No, there's a command to like basically look at everything on the level. No, the carrot is I'm not sure. So no carrot control. No, we don't want that. I know, it's something else. Maybe if he joins the stream, he can inform me. Let's just use the cursor thing. You press slash twice, and you can look around. Here's a longsword, orcish helm. It's gonna be one of these tool things. No, that's a Shito. It's a weapon, actually. This is a tool thing. Uncursed bag of trick. That's one of them. They might both be there. Scale mill. Here it is. Here's the other one. See, we're gonna go to there. I want to go to there. Yellowish brown gem. Should we grab them? Sure. They're probably garbage, but. That sucks. Damn. Just ran headfirst into a rust monster and my katana rusted. Shit. Oh man, I gotta get rid of that rust. So that's what I get for hitting the button too fast. Well, let's see if I can at least eat the rust monster. I think I probably can. So that's annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out the rust. Let's look up rust. And rust monsters are based on a D&D character that was inspired by, well, I think it was Gary Gygax who probably invented it, or one of his friends. And they actually look like a toy that used to be common. They look like this. Not common, but there was like this weird... We had one in my household. It was like this weird bag of plastic toys where there was like assorted like aliens or something, and they just kind of pulled one of them out of this bag and called it a rust monster. So that's that's the origin of the appearance of this uh character. But it was kind of, I think, Gygax's idea of let's, you know, propose a danger to tougher characters by making something that rusts their equipment and makes it weaker. Anyway, that's a rust monster. But I have to remember how to deal with rust. I have a rusty +1 katana, so I have to get enchantments as well as de-rust it. I think more or less it's like canceling out the +1, but it's a separate thing that can potentially be undone. It's caused by water damage, passive attack of a rust monster. Yeah, different kinds of erosion. I think they all kind of basically have the same effect, but they're different. They're kind of different categories of it. So yeah, damage decreased by 1 for each level of erosion for a weapon. And how do you undo it? A hero reading a non-curse scroll of enchantment weapon while confused will erode proof the currently wielded weapon and repair an existing. Okay, it's always weird because in this game, anytime you read a scroll while confused, there's like an alternate effect, because I guess it's supposed to be like you misspoke the words, like in Army of Darkness, you didn't say Klaatu Barata Niktu correctly, and so some kind of variant of the effect happens. So that's one thing I can do. Is there anything else I can do? What about oil? Isn't oil? Is an oil figure in here? Yeah, you can dip a rusty or corroded item into a potion of oil to remove 1 level of rust. That might be what I do if I happen to find one. Yeah. All right. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but obviously not great. And if I had seen him coming, I would have applied a different tactic of some sort, but I was dumb. The classic blunder of Nethack, where you just kind of input commands too quickly. But yeah, I wanted to see if I can eat the rust monster as long as his corpse is here. I'm pretty sure I can. I'm almost I'm like paranoid that it might have some kind of unexpected effect, like, oh, while you're touching the corpse with your metal gauntlets, they rust. I don't remember that at all, but every time I search for eat, I only find about the rust monster eating things. Which I guess is kind of understandable. He doesn't mention anything about his corpse. It's weird. It's like they're almost overly focused on its main ability, that they don't have the usual phrase about you can eat his corpse. All right, I'm gonna do it. God, I hope I don't do something stupid here. No, I think it would have said it. If it was dangerous, it would have said something. Okay, there you go. You finished eating the rust monster corpse, and I'm still not satiated, so I did not eat too much. All right, so I'm putting on my blindfold just to make sure I don't run into anything else horrible. It looks like I'm probably fine. What do we have here? A Rode? Yeah, Rode. Since I'm using a kind of a new UI, part of setting up this UI is I had to use a different font, or else things were drawing wonky. Like these corridor tiles were too wide. So essentially, everything looks a little bit different, aside from just the new UI. All right. Pony. I just killed a pony because I'm mean. All right, let's get our butts over to the bag of tricks that we want. Tricks are for kids. Hello, Rode. I'm blind still. Oops. Okay, bag of tricks. Worthless orange glass on the ground. Bag of tricks. And now let's go back up. Not back up. We came. Hold on. We came from. Yeah, we were going up, right? Okay. We went up to get here, and now we're gonna go up some more. So what I'm trying to say. Oh, large mimic. Let's kill it. Okay. Come on, horsey. OD2. All right, so is this the level we're trying to go to? Yeah, this has the pools for dilution. Let's find the pools. Yeah, it looks like in this UI, the graphic for pools is a little different even. Or maybe it's not, I don't remember. No, it's not actually. This is water as opposed to a fountain. And again, the difference is you don't like use up the pool, but you have to step into it. That's right. I've been trying to kill this Tengu, or have like my pet do it, but it keeps teleporting away so quickly. Here's a Rothe again. I'm confused from eating the Rothe. Huh. It does give me an opportunity to unrust my katana if I choose to do so. But I don't know. I think I might want to use the enchant weapons that I have for actually enchanting the weapon. So what do I have? Cursed enchant weapon, and that's it. Well, I should see if a cursed enchant weapon while confused will get rid of the rust. If so, that's probably worth doing, because then I don't have to like bless it to undo, because I can take advantage of its cursedness, basically. Its cursed status. But let's see, I'm not sure if that's the case. Enchant weapon. What about all confused? A cursed scroll. Okay, I see. Well, I'd probably want to make it not cursed anyway, it seems like. Reading while confused will instead alter the weapon's erosion proofing. A non-cursed scroll will make the weapon erode proof and fix any damage, while a cursed scroll removes any erode proof stats. That actually might be worth doing right now with my uncursed enchant weapon. Scroll. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because then it'll be rust proof, and that'll be great for the rest of the game. Since I'm pretty convinced I'm going to be using this katana for the rest of the game, I might as well do that. All right, so let's do that. So as long as I don't get unconfused by the time I take the scroll out of the bag, it should work. Take out uncursed scroll of enchant weapon. I want to unwield the gray swan deer and only wield the katana. All right, that should do it. Weapon in hand is the katana, and the gray swan deer is my alternate right now, not wielded. Okay, let's try this. I'm confused still, right? You can see it over here. Yeah, this will be worth it. I keep talking myself into it because I hate, in a sense, that I'm wasting a scroll. But the fact that it not only cures the rustiness, it also makes it rust proof. It's totally worth it. So let's do it. Read capital C. Your katana looks good as new. Okay, let's read all the text for the fun of it. That's right here. Being confused, you mispronounced the magic words. Your katana is covered by a shimmering golden shield. Your katana looks as good as new. And now I'm getting beat up by a Rothe again. So that's a cool little trick. Get your weapons rust proof. And I killed that Rothe. I'm going to eat him too. Yum yum. I stopped because another one. Oh, there's a whole horde of them. And Rothe, I like to call them dungeon cows because that's how they're described in D&D that they're based on. The funny thing is I just saw a meme about that. Let me see if I can pull that up quick. I think I have it saved. Yeah, this was on Reddit. Bear with me a second. Do 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 do. There we go. They're moving in herds. They do move in herds. That's from Jurassic Park, and it shows the Rothes, the dungeon cows in a herd. By the way, as long as this is our retro gaming show, this is not too off topic. But the melody I was just humming. I was curious about the game Star Raiders too, because I'm less confused now. Here's the Jade Ring, by the way. I recently streamed, or maybe 6 months ago or so, streamed Star Raiders for Atari 8-bit. And I was thinking I never checked out Star Raiders 2, so let me try that. Or not try that, but let me look it up on YouTube, and maybe I'll play it sometime and I'll stream it. And I looked it up. And let's just show it. Why the heck not? I looked it up, and first thing I noticed was when this person who was playing the game started the game, it played a theme theme music I was very familiar with.
Today I'm playing Star Raiders 2, one of my absolute favorite...
This is not the video I was looking for. I was looking for one that had like no... Hold on one second. They call it a long play. They don't want to hear the guy talking. Just get right into it.
Today's Scooter
We got an ad about
being
Scooter
fiery.
first.
Other times, totally chill.
Okay, well that aborts the music, but I knew I had heard that from something before. I was like, wait a minute, what is that? What is that? And I know I'm going off track, but this is important. This is very important to me. Let me find the videos I had shared elsewhere before. Here, this is the actual long play video. You can hear a little more of the tune. Okay, now that rang a huge bell in my mind. I was like, wait a minute, I've definitely heard that before. And I thought about it for a couple of minutes. And I was like, it's from G.I. Joe. And I'm loading an old stream I did, so I'm going to be talking over it. But you can hear the same exact tune. And, you know, the tone is different because it's for the Commodore as opposed to Atari. Yeah, so you pick like a scenario or something in the map. I think this determines if it's a vehicle combat or the little dudes running around that I mentioned. Okay. It's not working with the controller. This is a notorious thing in Commodore. Some games use joystick and port 1, some use 2. If I switch to 2. Anyway, I don't know if you could hear that. It was pretty low, but hopefully you could hear it a little bit. I just thought that was interesting. Like, what happened there? They're using the same melody. And I was Googling for trying to find info, but all I could find was a comment on this very YouTube video, the Star Raiders one, that said, hey, that's the theme from G.I. Joe. Someone else made the connection too. Anyway, that's our little retro gaming side tangent. But let's get back to Nethack and chill. Right, so I'm gonna first of all get is my pony on this level? I think it is. I want to make sure he's there to protect me while I drop all my... Alright, first let's kill these enemies that are floating around. Actually, this snake is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Those are two boulders. But there's like a monkey or something over here. Actually, if it is a monkey, they're notorious for stealing objects. That's a peaceful Sasquatch. Okay, I'm actually good then, probably. So the thing is, yeah, if I step into the water with my potions, they will get diluted. But I want to pretty much drop everything else. I'm kind of wishing maybe I should have just used the fountains first, because I hate having to do this. Like, I could always turn to this as a second resort or last resort. But you know what? I'm here. I'm just going to do it. And the thing is, I'm just going to drop everything except those things I want to dilute. I mean, there's some things that don't get damaged, but I don't really feel like trying to remember which ones. Like, I don't think the food rations, the gnocchi, would get damaged in the water. But that's what it's about. I don't want anything to get damaged. My non-rust proof iron stuff will definitely get damaged. So I'll keep the bag on my person. It's a little nerve-wracking dropping all my stuff. Like, what if a horrible monster shows up right here? Well, then I'm screwed, right? Take off all my armor. I guess the reflection can't rust, can it? I'm afraid somehow. I think sometimes though, when you step into water, some objects get like lost in the water, and you have to like take strange measures to try to get them back. That's occurred to me now. Like, you'll lose an object at the bottom of the body of water, and you can like try to, if you have a wand of fire, you could boil the space of water to try to get the object at the bottom. You can do all kinds of tricks like that. There might be other things you can do, but I don't want to play with that. Let's not go there. Just want to drop everything but the potions I want to dilute. But yeah, this is a little crazy to do. I have to have this little pile or a big pile, and if anything comes and takes it or something unexpected happens, Not a good scene. All right, so let's take the potions I want out of the bag. You know, I think I dropped some into space too. Paralysis, I'm going to dilute. I said I was going to do cursed extra healing. Object detection, because that's not usually that great. You know, I'm going to do the other extra healing too, because I don't even know if it's blessed, cursed, or uncursed. Hey, Bananimus is here, and he offered another tactic should you lose items in the water. He said, or fill the water with a boulder, then dig out of the item. You can do that? I think that might have been something I heard before, but I had forgotten. That's cool. All right, so here's my... Yeah, here I'm doing this now. I'm going to... Hold on, let me figure out what just happened. Yeah, I didn't take the things out of the... Did I? Yeah, actually, this is all I wanted to do. All right. I was thinking 10. The number 10 was in my mind, but that's because I already have 5 potions of water. So I'm going to turn all these guys into water. And, you know, I'm a little hesitant about the potion of extra healing, but I'll survive. I have full healing. All right, so here we go. Let me just double... This is my entire inventory. We're just going to dilute these things. You fall into the water, you sink like a rock. Your potions of paralysis dilute. You try to crawl out of the water. Phew, that was close. And here's the fun thing. You know, before I had... Like I always mention, I used to try to play this game without looking up every little detail. And I would almost think of it as like, you know, a cheat to look things up. So I would try not to do that. And so when I first saw this message, this looked like it was, I'm near death, and I lucked out and escaped. So I would like avoid this at all costs. But I think it pretty much always says that, and I'm pretty sure I confirmed that recently. Hey, Fluffy Bubbles is in the house. Hello. He says, hey, Mark, here's to another good session. You've got a good streak going so far. Thanks, Fluffy Bubbles. Yeah. Hoping to hopefully have an ascension here, but it's still premature to expect too much. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining all you guys, by the way. Bananimus, Fluffy Bubbles, Eric Johnson, and whoever else is in the house. And once again, I diluted stuff. Right. So I guess not everything dilutes. It's just like, it's like random. So I gotta keep jumping in. Okay, so we got 2 potions of water, cursed dilution, extra healing, diluted object detection. Nothing diluted that time. All right, so we just need 1 more dilution. Oh, I wonder if it helps to drop some of it. I don't know how the logic is. If it, you wouldn't think this would make sense, but it might make sense that you have to, that the more, you know, stuff you're carrying, the greater the chance of any individual objects is diluted, because it might like pick 1 or 2 at random, you know what I mean, from the whole selection. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but I'm gonna drop stuff anyway. Drop water, and somehow try to make the water focus on the remaining potions. Doesn't make sense. I don't know if it works like that, but it's just not happening for some reason. There we go. Okay, so we got diluted. We need to go. There's 2 steps. It has to go from a regular potion to diluted to water. All right, there we go. I think we got it. Yep. Now we have a pile of water. And if you want to make fun of my Long Island accent, we're notorious for saying water, water, water. All right, pick up all my stuff. Oh, rebalance your load movement is difficult. Why would that be? Oh, I don't have my gauntlets of power on. That's why I was like panicking for a moment. Okay, now I'm only slightly burdened. Don't put on the cursed boots of levitation or fumbling. Do I even want to lug those around anymore? I think I have a ring of levitate, right? There may be a valid use case for that, although not while it's cursed. So if I want to have 2, that's why I'm going like this. I didn't mean to do that; it just kind of happened. If I want to wear 2 rings that are not levitation, then it can be useful to have the boots as an extra means of doing so. I'd have to get it uncursed at some point. I'll hold on to them. All right. So I talked myself out of Marie Kondo getting things that aren't bringing you joy. All right, so now I've got all my armor back on. Let's get my Gray Swan Deer. Oh, how do I? Yeah, we want a 2-weapon this. Okay, so we got the katana on. Let's put on the Amulet of Reflection, definitely. And this is kind of another danger of doing this trick, is you could easily forget to put on something important, like your Amulet of Reflection, or a key piece of armor. So yeah, maybe it'd be better in the future to just use the fountains first until, you know, if I've used them up, then I can jump into a body of water as a last resort, sort of a thing. Okay, well anyway, I have a whole bunch of water now. Water. Yeah, I got 5 in the bag and 5 on my person, on my immediate inventory. So yeah, I guess that next step will be to head up to the altar and get another pile of holy water, and also we're going to use the bag of tricks to kind of farm corpses that we're going to sacrifice to my god repeatedly. Quivering blob. You eat the quivering blob corpse. That means they count as vegan. See, because your horses don't eat meat. It's a fun little Nethack fact. Kill the gargoyle. Do 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 do. So yeah, for those who missed the intro, I'm using the what they call the curses window mode. So I have a nice funky UI here, a nice looking UI where I have these kind of panels at the bottom and the right. You can actually place them in different locations. Like I could make this text window at the top, for example. On the right, some people like to have their inventory always on display here. I tried it, but I kind of found it was so truncated that I didn't like it, so I decided to just put my status on the right. And the inventory does look nicer when you hit the I key also. It has that kind of border around it. It looks like a pop-up window on top of the bottom window, sort of, if that makes sense. Teleportation trap. Small mimic. Is it worth checking out this store? I'm kind of inclined to check it out, but I don't know if it'll be useful. Scroll of Confusion. Do 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 do. Iskenderun's used armor dealership. Let's see if this is a mimic. No, it's not. Could buy the Scroll of Confusion. As we've seen, that can be useful because it can modify the effect of scrolls, and that's how I was able to get. For those who missed it, I just made my, well, first of all, I ran headfirst into a rust monster that rusted my katana, and then I undid the rust plus made the katana rust proof by reading a scroll of enchant weapon while confused. So confusion always causes an alternate effect for scrolls. I guess I'm just gonna buy this. I'm rich enough, I can afford it. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Okay, thank you. Come again, he says. Oh, there's some gnomes to eat. Yum. They're bite-sized meat snacks. Okay. Where are we now? We're on level 4. What are these scrolls over here? And is this a store? Remove curse and light. Why would I drop that there? Yeah, that must be a store. Look, it says a general store. Definitely worth having remove curse. Oh, that was a clothes for inventory. Okay. That's an interesting thing though. If you see clothes for inventory, you can just unlock the door with a key or a lockpick and then it's fine. The shopkeeper doesn't mind. He only minds if you smash the door, then he tries to kill you. I do not want to attack Sipalawini. Cool. The horse stole the remove curse scroll for me. Thank you. Come again. Rockmole, huh? Ooh, what's this orky here? Where there's one mortar orc, there tends to be many. Let's put on our blindfold for a minute and see. Okay, there's 3. Not a huge horde of them. Plus some snakes or something on the other. A snake and a spider-like thing. What's a brown S? A snake, okay. Just a plain snake. Alright, let's carve up some Mordor orcs. They're running away. That was easy. I will eat them. Now I am satiated. Take a little bit of their money. Well, all of their money, but there's only a little bit of it. OD2 is carrying a scimitar for some reason. That he picked up from one of the orkies. Yeah, the kind of these shops I'd forgotten about, because early on I actually had a food problem. A food shortage. And when you have a food shortage, you don't want to spend a lot of time waiting for your pet to rob stores for you. So you got to keep moving on at some point. But right now I have a huge pile of 7 gunyoki, which are food rations. To the staircase up. This is kind of annoying when an object kind of obscures the view of a staircase. So I want to actually move that shield. So let me drop something. I'll drop this key arbitrarily. Pick up the shield, drop it. Pick up my key again. I've got a lot of rings that could stand to be identified. Hello, Kinky Jeweler, Kinski's Jeweler. Let's just see. Jade ring. I named that curse probably because my pet wouldn't step on it before. And I think I've just recently found a jade ring. Yeah. When I go to the altar, I can drop all these unknown beatitude objects, meaning I don't know if it's cursed or whatnot, and that'll help me determine what I could just try on randomly. Moonstone ring. I've got to put some more stuff in the bag. I'm out of slots in my inventory. Put a create monster, sure. And a confusion for starters. I really want a bag of holding, honestly. Picks up a ruby ring. Bring it here. Engagement ring. Are you gonna... He brought me an engagement ring, my horse. I guess he wants to marry me. Is that a special one? I think that's a special one for some reason. Rings other than the meat ring. There's a meat ring? What the hell? I don't remember that one. Meat rings. Oh, if you zap a stone to flesh spell at a ring. With a randomized appearance that is made of mineral or gemstone. Okay, that makes sense. So if you're really desperate, you could and you have the spell stones to flesh, you can turn your rings into meat rings. But they don't really fill you very much, only 5 nutrition. Anyway, let's not get distracted by meat rings. Engagement ring, there's something special about that. Redirected from, oh, it's just a randomized appearance. Okay. You know what I think the special thing about it is? It's simply that if you are female, and you're having fun with an incubus, he sometimes gives you an engagement ring. And Benanima says, if I recall, you could also get a clue of ring's identity based on the sale value to the merchant. Certain values tiers are safer. That's true. For some reason, yeah, they call that a price identification. It might be worth looking into that. I always find it like a little bit overwhelming to try to figure out, but so I usually kind of gloss over that, except for some obvious ones. But maybe I can just figure it out. Maybe it's in this ring page here. Yeah, because then you have to think of how it gets adjusted by your charisma, adjusting the price. But let's do it. Let's do it. Let's not whine about it. Let's just do it. And this is what? When you buy it or sell it? Probably when you buy it. Okay, but So I could try dropping something, see what he offers. Let's try that. Drop a granite ring. Offers 75, sell it, no. So that means it was, I don't know what it means. All right, so the info I need is how selling price is adjusted based on, I think this is the cost of if you want to buy it. Maybe that means it's like half, so it's one of these 150s perhaps. I think my charisma is kind of mediocre, so it would not adjust the prices perhaps. But let's take a quick look. Charisma. Yeah, I'm in the range. It's price times 1. Good. Okay, so now we just need to look up something like, I don't know, shops, just to confirm that it's like half the value when you try to sell it. I think that's right. Doesn't say that in selling. Base price, here we go. The final selling price, right. When buying, when you're selling, you're offered half the base price. Charisma modifiers do not apply. Okay. If you're a sucker, as above, you're offered 1/3 the base price. What does that mean if you're a sucker? Oh, if you have a dunce cap or a t-shirt or a Hawaiian shirt uncovered. Oh, so the tourists, I didn't know that. When you're a tourist, you start off with a Hawaiian shirt. So that means the shopkeeper's like, oh, look, the sucker. Let's raise the prices for him. Or if you're just a tourist below experience level 15. Wow. All right, so we're figuring out, basically it's going to be half the price. That 75 cost puts it at one of these guys. And then I can figure out which ones I've identified already. Could be aggravating monster. Yeah, so I think, yeah, you know, it's worth. Why don't we just take note of the prices, and then I'll check the beatitudes at the altar. So let's take a note of each price. We can just name the object. So G, the granite ring. Name a particular G. We're gonna call it 75 GP. All right, we're getting somewhere. What about the ruby ring? 50. Oh, should I put it instead of 75? Should I write? Hold on. I'm gonna write the sell price of 75. Yeah, making it complicated here. Sell price 75. There we go. All right. And what was the ruby ring? 50? Yeah. Okay. Jade ring. Sell price 75. Engagement ring. Sell price 75. Agate ring, and then diamond ring. 75. A lot of the 75. And the diamond ring, 100. Yeah, you would think a diamond would be worth more. Okay, that's sell price 100. Actually, we might be able to narrow that down a bit, perhaps. Let's take a look at 200 for the cost. Well, okay. It actually could be something very good. Yeah, these guys, regen is quite nice. I already have slow digestion identified. I think I have levitation identified. Free action is great. That is part of an essential. It's an essential part of an ascension kit, meaning the stuff you need to win the game. Cool. All right, so we have some hints now. Let's try to rob a little more. Let's see what the pony will take. Those things are cursed. Moonstone ring. Let's bring it over. What's this one? Ruby ring. Did I have a ruby ring? Yeah. And we could get the octagonal amulet too. A lot of the amulets are quite, or some of them are not great. There's the Amulet of Strangulation, which is of course terrible. And I've already identified the best amulets, namely Reflection and Life-Saving. Okay, let's get this cursed crap out of the way because he doesn't want to step on it. Ruby ring. I guess I'll take another one if he's going to bring it. Someone cursing shoplifters. I wonder who that could be. Who would possibly steal from this nice shopkeeper? Yeah, it looks like he doesn't want to step on a few things. So that's a little fishy. In other words, they might be cursed. Let's get this ruby ring out of the way. Now I have 2 ruby rings. And I don't think he wants to step on that moonstone one. The one to my right. He's really not willing to step on that. Okay. I'm spending a lot of turn. Let's try the amulet. He doesn't want to step on the amulet either. Where'd he go? All right, let's just move on. Hear noises in the distance. What's he fighting? Oh, there's a leprechaun. Oh, whoa. And Mordor is flooding into the dungeon here. Look at the left. All of those blue O's. Okay. Well, I'm going to carve my way through them. They should pose no threat. And the leprechaun has money on him, so that's fun. But then the debate in my mind is, should I try to get teleportitis? That's what, if you eat a leprechaun, you get teleportitis, which is you teleport around randomly forever. Something might cancel it eventually. I don't know what. And I do have teleport control, so it can be quite a valuable combo. So periodically you'll randomly teleport, but you get to choose where. It can be a little annoying anyway because you're just doing stuff and a prompt pops up, but it's not a bad thing to have. Like if you ignore the annoyance of the prompt popping up, it's actually objectively a good thing. Because you could always choose to teleport nowhere. Potion of healing, that could dilute that. As long as we're doing this dilution stuff. And I have way too many Gunyoki at this point. But I might as well dilute this potion of healing because it's kind of crap. And I could just go to one of those fountains that we found recently, rather than going through the whole rigmarole of hopping into the body of water. Let's just put some rings in this bag. I don't know. Right, so where's the nearest fountain at this point? I guess kind of went up a few levels, unfortunately. Unfortunately for dilution purposes. And now it's like, is it worth going back down to 7 for the pools or 8 for the fountains just for this one potion? Probably is. It sounds like a huge trip, but really just going from one staircase to the next, and it's not really that big a deal. And I'm just going to leave the pony here to make that go faster. Oh, I'm stressed, unfortunately. Okay, I kind of overdid it. All right, so I'm gonna drop 2 of these Gunyoki. Yeah, now I'm only burdened. Giant ant corpse, sure, I'll eat it. Fortune cookie, why not? The fortune cookie is delicious. It has this cookie has a scrap of paper inside. And by the way, this is the main legit way to learn all these like one-liner tips that the game provides. You can just look them all up in the wiki. But if you want it to be legit, you can try to, you could keep a log, just like a notebook or a text file or something, and just every time you open a fortune cookie, you would add one of these tips. They're not often that wonderful, but sometimes they do have some nuggets of truth in them. This is a nugget of truth, but I think this is pretty much in the in the introduction. I think we neglected to read the manual that tells you what you have to do. But yeah, if you kill the wizard, you get promoted to demigod. Actually, it's not true. This is actually a lie. I just realized. The Wizard of Yendor. Anonymous says, "I think all the teleports accelerate your hunger." Oh, that might be a good point. So maybe it's not totally 100% objectively good. I can check on that though. But this is a lie because you don't actually win the game by killing the wizard. He keeps respawning. He resurrects himself, and you have to escape the dungeon. You have to actually no. You win when you yeah. You have to escape the dungeon with the Amulet of Yendor, and then you go into those like astral planes or whatever. But yeah, you have to kill the wizard a lot usually. So yeah, that's a lie. But yeah, let's look up Banonymous's point about teleportation making you hungry, perhaps. I couldn't find the characters HUNG. Doesn't mean it's not here. It could be phrased differently. Nutrition. Yeah, maybe it's not actually the case, or I just can't find it here. I think at this point in the game, I'm not super concerned about food, so I'll just gloss over that. But yeah, I don't think that's actually the thing. Anyway, what are these like blue rectangle it's making? Is that just a pile? Oh, it looks like the oh, you know what it is? Right, I get it. I have a setting on that makes every pile of objects show up as like highlighted blue like that. And the thing is, if there's a blue item on top of the pile, like the mortar of corpses, it's a blue % sign like this, except blue. So it makes the whole thing show up as just like a blue block. It's kind of funny. Sure, I'll eat the mortar corpse. Blech, it's rotten. I just killed it, but it's rotten somehow. I'll finish eating it anyway. It's kind of a weird thing in Nethack. If you eat a corpse and it randomly turns out to be rotten, you could pass out. And then when you wake up, there's a partly eaten corpse. But the second time you eat the partly eaten corpse. It's always fine. It's not like it's like the only the first part was rotten or something. If you want to try to apply some logic to it, I don't know if there is any logic to it, but anyway, what the hell was I doing? Right, I was gonna run back down and just to dilute that potion of healing. Let's just do it. Kill that snake. I'll eat him too. So we're gonna go down to level I believe 8. Because I don't want to do the pool thing again. I'm just gonna use a fountain. Okay, a lizard. That's cool. I lost my lizard corpses previously. I got another potion too. Another garbage potion I can get rid of. So the lizard corpse, I lost those before. I think I had 2 of them. If you are ever turning to stone, you're in the process. It says you're slowing down because of a, I guess a cockatrice is the usual culprit. You can eat a lizard corpse and that will cure the stoning. I don't know the logic behind that, but that's just a fact in the world of Nethack. Hey, Ryan's in the house. How's it going, Ryan? You missed our ASCII art intro. I know you would have liked that. you can play it back later. Oh, and once again, I am overdoing it with my carrying stuff. So, yeah, time to make some decisions soon. But for now, keep going down the stairs. I'm falling down the stairs. And we're on 6. Now we're on 7. Good lord. I just had a minor panic attack over nothing. I thought this was the capital letter L, which means a lich. Which is like one of the most dangerous monsters in the game. Well, at this stage, it would be extremely dangerous. And Arturo is in the house. Hey, Arturo. Arturo says I'm not doing it. Overdoing it. Cool. I'm not overdoing it. I don't remember what I was saying. Am I overdoing it? I'm overdoing carrying too much junk, though, right? Is that what I was talking about? I do need to drop some junk. But for now, we have plenty of fountains here. Oh, but this is the Oracle level. Can you use up those fountains on the Oracle level without pissing off the Oracle? I think you can, but it might be good to verify that real quick. Here's the Oracle. She is a unique human. BBB. I think it's fine to do. What about the Oracle level? Fountain. And the reason I'm even concerned about this at all, because say you're on the Mine Town level, which is like a large shopping mall sort of, there's water fountains spread throughout, and if you drink from them or use them up or something like that, the guards will get pissed at you. And they might attack you. But I think it's safe around Oracle. I don't think she cares. It's not the Oracle Corporation, so they're not going to go after you with lawyers. So how's it going with you guys tonight? Let's do the conversation starter. Again, what's one good thing that's happened to everyone today? And then I have to do it too. And I'm usually like, well, I'm usually like the teenager who's like, I don't know, I had an okay day. I can't think of anything better right now. I'm playing Nethack and chill. That's the good thing that happened today. But other than that, yeah, pretty ordinary. Gelatinous cube. All right, so gelatinous cubes, I got to look them up. I think they can corrode your stuff. The good thing that happened today is we didn't have any incidents at work. It was a boring day. It's always a good thing. And Ryan says, good, is my 19th anniversary today. All right, congrats to Ryan. Wow, 19 years, that's awesome. Congrats to you and your wife. I'm assuming you're saying, you're talking about wedding anniversary. Not like anniversary at work or something. But yeah, in either case, congrats, though. That's very impressive. 19 years of doing anything is impressive. Let's ask the gelatinous cube what went well today. By the way, if you're not familiar with D&D, this is an infamous monster in the world of D&D. And some people think it's stupid because it looks the big blob that's a cube shape. But the idea is it's supposed to be they go around in a dungeon and they like take up the whole corridor. They just kind of act like a vacuum cleaner, just sucking up everything in them, sort of. But not like with a suction effect, more like they're just oozing over everything, like in the movie The Blob. And then there's like, they're typically drawn with like bones in them like this and various objects they've accumulated. And they will actually vacuum up things in Nethack. You'll hear a certain sound. I don't remember the sound, but it'll be like a slurp or something. I think it's a slurp sound. If you hear a slurp sound, it means a gelatinous cube picked up a weapon or some kind of item. And Ryan says, yes, wedding. Cool. Yeah, congrats, dude. All right, so what am I going to do with this thing? I'm trying to remember the right way to play it. I think they can paralyze you, actually. Yeah, they can. I didn't bring my pet with me. That's always my sort of backup for anything that can paralyze me or in some way inhibit me. If I have my pet with me, it's less of a concern. I decided to just rush downstairs quick without my warhorse. So I should be careful, although it's probably not going to be the end of the world if I do get paralyzed. This is some new information for the newer version 3.7 about pet gelatinous cubes. If you have a pet gelatinous cube, it'll eat containers the same as a non-tame one. It's just like correcting some weirdness in the logic it used to have, I guess. The gelatinous cube's ability to engulf and dissolve organic containers makes them the bane of any stashes they come across. Yeah, that's the thing. When I was doing that trick with jumping into the water, if a cube came around and just ate my stuff, that would have sucked. Anyway, yeah, what should I do with this thing? They're not much of a threat to your well-being, direct threat, but the paralysis can cause you major trouble if you're careless or caught off guard fighting other monsters. Yeah. Ranged attacks will also not trigger passive paralysis, but they resist most elemental wands and spells and engulf projectiles. Be sure to use wooden projectiles such as elven arrows against the cube unless they are disposable. Yeah, I don't want to use my my good Ya. Ya is just like the samurai Japanese arrow they're like a little better and I can shoot 2 of them at once. I'm kind of already a little bit lower than I'd like on Ya, but you can find them later. I do have a couple of elven arrows, so maybe I'll use those. Can they like corrode stuff? I don't think they can. One nice thing is if you eat their corpse, you tend to get a, well, look at this. You get a 10% chance of fire resistance, 10% chance of cold, 10% of shock, and 10% of sleep. I think I already have, well, I'm pretty, like 99% sure I have those two already, but I don't think I have these two, so it'd be worth eating it. How many carbs in a gelatinous cube? That's right. Well, it has a nutritional value of 150. I think your standard food ration has what's it have? 200, 250, 300, 800. Wow. I always forget. Food, for some reason, food rations always surprise me with how valuable they are to your tummy tum. But yeah, I am stressed right now. I don't like that. Ryan says sugar-free Jello with 0 carbs. I bet they're the same. Yeah. Well, anyway, maybe I'll step away and drop some objects. I don't want to be stressed in a comment. At least touching me. At least keeping up pace with me. Okay. All right. So he didn't paralyze me, even though he touched me. He just made me uncomfortable by touching me funny. Sorry. Should we try zapping a random wand, an aluminum wand? I have a couple of them. I guess I'm just gonna fight. Let's but I gotta be careful. He can slurp up stuff like we were talking about. I don't know. Should I just wield the bow and shoot him? I'll drop once again 2 Gunyoki. Now I'm gonna wield the bow. Shoot elven arrows. Okay, one of them hits. Let's shoot another one. Okay, that hit, but it didn't kill him. Maybe I'll just go toe to toe and finish him. Wield the Gray Swan Deer. 2 weapon combat. Carve him up. Bam. All right. Good. I carved him up. Let's eat him now. Let's try to get some special resistances. All right, I got nothing, but I got a very bad case of stomach acid, unfortunately. And Ryan says, have you ever seen the Blob remake? Oh, yes, I have, from the 80s, right? Special effects are like a gelatinous cube in real life. Yeah, that's kind of what the pictures remind me of, exactly that movie. The 80s Blob. All right, so I can't go around stressed. This is ridiculous. Until I can find a magic bag of holding, I'll have to start making stashes. The question is, do I want to try to deal with this now? I mean, I can just drop a bunch of gold for one thing. Just take note of it here. I didn't mean to drop 3. Let's try to drop 3,000 gold. Yeah, so that helped me. I can just annotate the level now. There's not 2 bag of trickster anymore. That's something I gotta remember better, is when I annotate to mark a level having some special objects. But when I pick them up, I often forget to wipe out that annotation. So now I'll just say there's 3,000 gold here. And it's usually not useful to carry around a huge amount of gold, but gold does add to your score at the end of the game if you care about that. And I'm kind of like half and half carrying. I'm not going to try to maximize my score in a crazy way. I really care more about winning. But what I could do is when I'm coming back up at the end of the game, as I'm fleeing from the Wizard of Yendor, I could just, check the map, check the annotations in the overview command and go, oh, I can pick up that gold while I'm on the way. On the way up. There is a, where do you do that? There's a special thing you can do. I'm trying to remember the special. It's like either a special altar or a special location where you can get what they call magical protection. Like you donate enough gold, and it's really expensive if you want to do this a lot, and you get like a permanent boost to your armor class. I gotta look up what the heck that is because I'm trying to remember it. What's it called? It's like it's not like blessing. It's called it's a term for it. You offer gold to something to get permanent armor class bonus. There's a limit to how much you can do, but it is quite expensive if I recall correctly. Right, there's a certain priest. Or maybe not even a certain priest. It's called protection. You have to find a priest. I don't know if they have to be co-aligned. They don't have to be co-aligned. I just found a Reddit thread and somebody asked that specific question. Okay, so I could do that. I could go to the one in found a priest already in Minetown. Hey, David is here. Not that I know David, but hi, David, welcome. And he says, oh, often done in the Mine Temple. Yeah. That's the thought I just had. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll make a trip there. It costs a lot of money, though. I just have to remember, I have to look up how much it costs. Plan out, come up with a plan. Protection. Let's show what I'm looking at here. Yeah, you can get in. No, that's something else. This is the priest character class. I don't want that. Protection racket. What is this? The mafia? Donating 400 to 600 times experience level. Ooh, I've already gained so much experience that this is not the optimal time to do it. I should have done it earlier, but that's fine. But donating 400 to 600 times experience level gold to any peaceful aligned priest. So not co-aligned. They just have to have an alignment, and they have to be peaceful. They don't want to kill you. Tending the altar in the temple. So right now I'm at level 14. That's going to be quite expensive. I don't know exactly what the range is here. I think it might be something like the higher in the range you go, the more likely you are to actually get the reward. But even if you look at the low end, 400 times 14 is I think 5,600 by my quick math. All right, so yeah, there's something to hoard money for. Cool. All right, so yeah, I got a stash here. Let's dilute that thing. Let's see, I got 2 potions I'm gonna turn into water. Paralysis and healing. Paralysis, your potion dilutes. And now you can see it says diluted potion. Dip capital E again. It dilutes further. Now it is water. Capital E you can see is water. And now let's go dilute capital V. The water glows for a moment. Does that mean the potion was blessed? I'm diluting a blessed potion. It probably does mean that, but let's check it out. I'm not sure of that specific message. And in accordance with the rules of Nethack and Chill, we just take our time looking up stuff. Right, so if you dip, the water glows for a moment. Effect, the dipped item is uncursed if cursed. Okay. So it wasn't necessarily cursed, but if it was, it became uncursed. Okay. All right, let's dip it again. What was it, capital V? All right, that fountain is done, but we got our water. And I'll leave the stash here, I suppose. Okay. I wonder if I just leave it all. I don't know. Or leave more. It is good to have some money on you. Yeah, I think I'll have to make a separate effort at some point when I actually gather enough money to do this whole protection thing. But let me look up the logic of that. You donate, right? You have to look up the donate command. Now I know it said 400 to 600 times. You have to donate at least 400, but less than 600 times your experience level. Guaranteed up to 9 points of intrinsic protection. Unlikely after that. All right, I still don't really get the logic. Do I just go for the minimum then? I guess I do. It doesn't say anything like it's more probable if you donate 600. Or look, notice it says less than 600, so you'd have to be careful about that boundary case anyway. It's one of the most common use cases for gold. I'm trying to process this statement here. In Nethack 343, which we're not on, so maybe it doesn't apply anymore. But says you may not want to purchase the 9th point of protection, which is the most you could get, I believe. No, it's not the most you can get, because up here it talks about buying 15 points of protection. Anyway, let's continue reading this weird thing. If a gremlin makes you feel vulnerable later, it will be much easier to get your protection back if you only have 8 points of intrinsic protection. Okay. If you bought in Nethack 3.6, which is what I'm playing, if you bought 15 points of protection and then a gremlin steals it, your next donation of 400 times experience level will restore your 15 points. All right. All right. So essentially, once I get, what I say, like 5,600, I could probably do one donation, but I probably want to do like a couple at once at least. Although the weight of the gold makes it kind of prohibitive to do too much of it at once. Oh, David says you can donate 400 times. Yeah, that's what I'll go for, 400 times. And Ryan says, can you buy protection from Sister Smiley? Oh my god. No, I cannot. I cannot. That's a reference to a personal thing. When I was in high school, I went to a Catholic high school, and I told this story on a stream a long time ago, and Ryan loves it. Basically, there was a sister who kind of babysat in the library, like if you went in there for study hall, and we never knew her name, so we called her Sister Smiley because she always had this kind of crazy grin on her face at all times. And there's more to talk about with Sister Smiley, but I won't go on too much of a tangent right now. Like when she mysteriously disappeared one day, and people said it was because she said racist things. But we don't know. That was just the stupid kids' rumors, right? Anyway. Right. I don't know. I'll drop a little more, or a lot more money even. Here, now I have 700 on me, kind of semi-arbitrarily, mostly arbitrarily. And yeah, I guess I'll go hook up with my horse again. That didn't sound good. Go back up, which is where I was headed anyway, to bless some stuff. Meet my horse along the way. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we proceed further downward into the dungeon, I suppose. Whoa, a wraith. Oh, shit! Sayonara level 14. Okay, I killed it and I'm back to 14. And now I left the corpse and I'll be at 15. Nice! That actually worked out. I was really annoyed when I lost it. Lost the level. Yeah, because the way the levels work, the level draining and as well as leveling up, is there's experience points, and I think I can actually turn on a setting to show the experience points, but I don't have it showing right now. I'm only showing the level of 15. So what happened was, I guess I was only a little bit above threshold for 14. It knocked me down. I killed it, and I exceeded that threshold again. So I was at 14. And then eating the corpse just bumps you a full level. So wow, that was nice. That's a good point, David. David says you can let the wraith touch you so you can buy protection at lower cost. Yeah, I guess that's a way to do it, isn't it? Kind of too late now, but something to consider. Would the wraiths hang around? I guess they would, because I would want to return to them later and kill them. And it seems like a challenging thing to pull off, though, very well, without like screwing yourself. If you do it too much, you'll be so weak. But that's something to keep in mind, at least. Yeah, but now I'm stealthy. I've gained I guess intrinsic stealth, and feel more confident in your skills. That means I can use a skill slot to get this bow skill upgrade. I'll be better at bow. I've already maxed out 2 weapon. I've maxed out longsword for my katana. I've maxed out saber. A samurai can only get up to basic in saber, unfortunately. But now upgrading my bow skill will be nice. All right, you're more skilled in bow. Now if you look again, it says, oops. It says I am at skilled level. And is that the max, or can you go higher as a samurai? Let's check it out real quick. They might be able to go higher in bow. they can get to expert. Cool. So I can upgrade bow one more time, potentially. Roll of enchant armor is here. Did I just pick that up? Did I just find that? I guess I did. Right then. And Ryan mentioning when I originally told the story about back when I originally told the story about Sister Smiley, he goes, it was just a deadpan way you said it, and then she said something racist and went away. Yeah, that's how I told the story, yeah. Back in the day, in the early days of this channel, when I told all kinds of personal stories and embarrassed myself. All right, where are we now? We're level 5. Let's keep going up. Do 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 do. Right, I noted that there was a blessed +1 Tanko on this level, but I don't really need that. That's plate mail. It's very heavy. That's the red left bracket over here, I believe. Oh, it's a Rocket Shield. Anyway, whatever. Once again, there's an object covering the stairs around here. And my horse, I've just met up with him now. Oh, 2 unlabeled scrolls. What did my horse kill? Like a kill a paper golem while I was gone? And now I am very overburdened once again, unfortunately. I mean, I could start using some stuff, but it would be good once I get to the altar to sort out what's blessed and what isn't. Then I can also bless some stuff. And in the process of doing so, I would use up potions of water and become less encumbered. So I guess I'll just deal for now. But come on, where's the horse? Come up with me, please. There he is. I wonder if they listen to whistles like cats and dogs do. I think I dropped my whistle. I stopped caring. Oh well. Come here, doggy. I mean, oh, your load is too heavy to climb stairs. I have to drop stuff. Okay. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Let's just drop. This is me being. This is my big problem. I'm such a pack rat by my nature. But let's drop a food ration for now. That's probably all I need to do. Yep. Now, there's one certain kind of ration that's kind of the most efficient as far as encumbrance versus nutritional value. I believe that's the K ration, or maybe the C ration. I think it's K. And David asks, have you ever ascended? I have one time. I did it on this very channel. It was 4 years ago. I remember it was December 2020. It was a very exciting moment for me because I've played this game since I was a preteen and I had never completed it. And yeah, Ryan was in the chat watching, and so was and rooting, cheering me on, and so was Arturo here, Neaton. Anyway, there's a store or just some random crap. Right, what am I doing here? Let's focus. I am here with the altar. That's right. Where's the altar? Is that lower right corner place, but there's also a store here. It looks like. Some potions. There's more potions I could probably do stuff with, but I'm gonna not worry about that for them. Well, should I just do it? Maybe I have enough for now. I'm gonna talk myself out of that. Let's see. Run around like a moron some more. Let's not do it. Okay, we're gonna head to the altar. Oh shit. A genie. Oh, is this the one that gave me the wish earlier? I don't remember them like hanging around the level after they grant you the wish. Maybe they do though. But Odie, stop attacking the genie. Come on. Leave the poor genie alone. Oh, man, he's fighting it. Did you kill the genie? I think you did. Odie. Don't kill the genie, Odie. Roll of confusion. I'll take another, I guess. All right. That's right. I think I tried this trick about summoning monsters, but I used a want to create monster until I used it up, basically. All right, so let's drop. First things first, let's drop a bunch of unknown beatitude. That means blessed curse status objects, and we will obtain knowledge of what they are in doing so. Amulet of Reflection. Okay. Looks like everything's uncursed. So, oh, there was an amber flash for the unlabeled scroll. That means it's a blessed scroll. And some of the things might have gotten scrolled off. We can look here. All right. So what else is there? Some stuff in my bag, perhaps. All right. Yeah, here's more stuff to drop. Boom. We see some amber flashes, black flash. Okay. Gotta put stuff in again in the bag. Well, let me think about this for a minute. Now here's. Can you try to think when I put stuff on the altar? When I put potions of water on the altar to make them blessed, you can't put other random objects and make them blessed, can you? No, you can't. Just something. Just a thought I had. All right, so let's I gotta make some room here. I guess I could just drop some potions of water. 8 uncursed potions called water. Now, weren't there like 2 more in the bag? Why is it? Okay. Take something out of the bag. Potions. Okay, I've got 4 uncursed potions of water. So now I have 12 that I'm about to make. 12 holy waters. Nice. Put some stuff in the bag. Here, go in there. Tins. Should I eat a random tin and try to be Popeye? Candy bar, I don't know. Okay. Gotta put more stuff in. I am gonna probably be blessing some of these scrolls. Cursed unlabeled scrolls. Some of these are like, I don't know, should I just dump them? Do 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 do. I still got a couple of things. I have to clear up 2 more slots. All right. Now we pray just to make it today. Ryan asks, have you ever seen the Wishmaster movie? I think I saw the first one a long time ago. And recently I was watching a random clip from one of them. I don't remember which one. Where like the Wishmaster is like in a prison and he picking fights with people and he's like totally murdering them. And kind of in ironic ways, he makes them wish for something to happen. One of the inmates wants his lawyer to go F himself, so he makes the lawyer literally F himself. Something like that. He like breaks his body trying to F himself. Very, very strange movie. I don't well, whichever one that was. It might have been part 3 or something. Anyway, yeah, we got what we want here. We got 12 potions of water. Is there anything else before I do the praying? I guess there's nothing else to do. I'm just kind of like thinking about, did I want to do the sacrifices first? Maybe I do want to do that first. That's only in the off chance that somehow I'm not in very good standing with my god. I think that's such a minimal chance of being a thing I have to worry about. But he might give me other good stuff alongside the blessing of the holy water if I suck up to him a lot by sacrificing corpses. I'm not entirely sure of the logic there. Well, I think it just makes sense to kill things first, though. So let's do that. So I'm going to apply the bag of tricks. I have 2 of them. Let's do the first one, F. I kind of want to pick up the holy water just in case somehow, well, like I don't want them to like somehow break during combat. It seems unlikely, but it could happen. Maybe I'll shove them outside the room or something. Kind of just being a little paranoid, but once again, I gotta make some slots here. Blah, blah, blah. The unicorn in. All right, so let's shove these. What the hell? I had my finger one off by a key. All right, so I'm dropping the water over there in case it matters somehow. To get in the room, my pet. And now let's do bag of tricks. We made a mimic appear to my left. Okay. Now we can sacrifice the small mimic. We do hashtag offer the old lizard corpse or the small mimic. The small mimic, a 4-leaf clover at your feet. That means what it sounds like we've gained some luck. All right, what's this? Is this pony dragging the water around? Oh, no, it's another one. Look at that. Huh. Now we have 13. Cool. Yeah, get over here, Odie. In the room, please. I'd just like to have him in the room in case he needs to help somehow. Okay, bag of tricks. All right, I made a gnome zombie who was destroyed before I could even see it. They don't leave a corpse, and they're not very fresh corpses anyway, so that my god would not like that. And I used it, but oh, there we go. Small mimic once again. I was like, I didn't see anything happen. That's because it decided to look like an object, being a small mimic. Hey, the scroll of identify here too. That's nice. Okay, let's sack another 4-leaf clover. Cool. It made a kitten. Now, cats and dogs are kind of special in this game. I don't remember if I can sack them. I can look it up though. It is a kitten, not a grown cat, for what that's worth. Let's take a look. Like, I know you can't eat them, but you would think by the same logic you wouldn't be able to sacrifice them either, but I'm not sure. What about cat? Dog? Pet? I found something about sacrificing a pet to a Coaline god at their altar after it died while tame has a value of -1, which will anger them. This is not a pet, though. It's just a random kitten. But nobody likes people who sacrifice kittens. It does say if the monster went feral, i.e. became untamed before dying, it no longer counts as a pet and may be sacrificed, killed and sacrificed as usual. Okay. Seems like it might be fine to do. I search for dog, I don't find anything. Cat. Pet only tells me that thing. Your former pet is bad. I still feel nervous about doing it, but let's look up cat maybe. Cat or other feline. Fat cat monster. I don't see anything saying I can't do it. Seems like it'll be okay. Wow, I think I scrolled up and it showed like a previous level. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Yeah, let's kill the kitten. I feel really nervous about doing this. But again, I looked in the wiki. I didn't see anything warning against this. It just said if it was a former pet, it's bad. So I think it should be fine. Cool, it was fine. Your sacrifice is consumed in a flash of light. The kitten burns up and it smokes. Its smoke reaches God. By the way, my title is a Ryoshu now that I've leveled up. Let's take a quick look at what a Ryoshu means. Ryoshu was a certain character from an anime. Anytime I look up any Japanese word from this game, I find some character from an anime. And that's pretty much all I see, so kind of hard to find what it means in general. I'm assuming it means some sort of a warrior or whatnot. But anyway, bag of tricks once again. Looks like a glass piercer, perhaps? An iron piercer. Another 4-leaf clover. Here's that Wand of Create monster. Let me test that the Wand of Create monster doesn't have a charge. It does not. I could try to rest a charge. Might as well, I guess. Well, I think it can take a long time, though. It's anytime you have a wand with no charges, if you try to zap it one more time, or a whole bunch of times, there's like something like a 1% chance that it'll eventually, you manage to like squeeze out the last little bit. Like if you're squeezing a squeeze jar of mustard, you manage to get one last squeeze out. But then at that point, the wand is just done. I don't know if it's worth persisting over all these turns, though. Like, keep trying again and again. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop that. Bag of tricks again. And to my left is a pudding of some sort, huh? Gray ooze. I always have to remind myself like the damage these things can do. It might be a thing that corrodes my stuff. Ryan says they only know one fat cat monster. Who's that? Garfield. Gray ooze they're a weak amoeboid. Yeah, they can rust and damage iron armor if it manages to land an attack. I should just kill it. I mean, I have my rust-proof katana and my silver saber. I'm not sure if it even rusts the weapons you hit it with. I should be able to one-shot it though, so let's just kill it. There we go, it's dead. Alright, bag of tricks again. Ooh, we got a couple of orcs. Delicious and meaty. I'll pick up this first one's corpse while the other one is still alive. Oh, a zapping magic missile. Oh, I'll just kill it then. There's another one. Oh, okay. Offer. Hello, orc. Stop fighting them and let me get their corpses. I gotta drag these orc corpses over. You have much trouble lifting the orc corpse. Ooh, movement is very hard. Odie turns to flee. Jesus. Oh, Wand of Digging. I kind of wanted one of those because I used up my other one. I had one that I used a whole bunch before. So I might be at kind of the limit of what sacrificing can do for me. But it might be worth taking a look in the wiki. Ryan said he's supposed to be in a dungeon, or is this just what the world of Nethack looks like? Yeah, this is a dungeon. The area I'm in is called the Dungeon of Doom. It's kind of the main area of the dungeon, levels 1 through 11 so far. And that branches into other areas, which, yeah, they're pretty much all dungeons too, though. The Gnomish Mines, which I completed, and Sokoban, which I completed. Yeah, the whole game's pretty much a dungeon. Although the later levels are called Gehenna, which basically is like hell, something hell-like. Sister Smiley would not like that I'm exploring hell. All right, my water's still there. Yeah, let's look up how sacrificing works. It might be at this point there's not really much more I can get. It might be that the case that I can get an artifact. I don't know if I can get any useful one though that I would actually want to use. That seems to be tied to your character class, I think, usually. And I don't know, let's take a look. Sacrifice. It can reduce your prayer timeout and make prayer safe. Which, yeah, that's kind of why I was thinking I should do this before praying on the altar. Even though, you know, I haven't done anything naughty in a long time. So it shouldn't be an issue. If you offer, it breaks your atheist conduct. And that's just, these conducts are just kind of almost like, well, not strictly speaking, but generally it's almost like an achievement that people go for. Like they try to say, I'm going to beat the game atheist, or I'm going to beat the game vegan. They don't eat any meat. But to some degree, it can actually matter because monks have to the monk character class has to adhere to a vegan conduct. I don't remember the penalty if they fail to do so, but there is a penalty. Right, so how does sacrificing work? The corpse has to be fresh. Use the offer command, yada yada. The usual kinds of warning about cockatrices. You get stoned. Turn to stone unless you're wearing gloves when you're offering them. Must be aged no more than 50 turns, or since creation or removal from an icebox. With the exception of acid blob corpses, just because there's an exception for them. The acid blob is an exception, you know, that's just a thing. The only non-corpse item that can be offered is the Amulet of Yendor. That's what you do to win the game. Right. Ordinary sacrifice. If you're angering you could anger your god, but I'm not angering mine. I'm in good standing with Amaterasu, whatever his name is. Partly eaten corpses have their value decreased by a prorated amount. Decreased by an amount roughly corresponding to the portion of the corpse that was eaten. Undead corpses sacrificed by a non-chaotic character have a +1 additional value. Huh. Right, here's the table below. Sacrificing the corpse of a unicorn, former pet that died, blah, blah, blah. That's all bad. All right, let's see. So alignment any, anger greater than 0. Prayer timeout any. There's different messages for hallucinating and stuff. All right, so basically that's the bad case. You don't want to do that. Oh, that's not the worst case actually. That's just if your god is a little bit angry. But your alignment could be anything. In this case, your alignment is negative, then regardless of anger and prayer timeout, you feel partially absolved. Okay. If your alignment is 0 or greater, none for the anger and prayer timeout greater than 0. Your prayer timeout is decreased. Yeah, so I'm not in any of these so far. I guess I'm only in this section here. This is the last one. Alignment greater than 0. None for anger. Variable here. Following occurs. If your base luck is 0 or greater, yes, and you're at least experience level 3, yes, you have a chance of receiving an artifact as a gift. Otherwise, your base luck is increased by 5/24ths of the sacrifice value rounded down. But don't worry about the math here. It's not worth trying to comprehend. And if it is still negative, it will be set to 0. Okay, so yeah, I've been getting mostly this. And sometimes just no message, basically. Reading this hallucination message. Overall, there was a smell of fried onions. That's not where I'm at. Yeah, basically this one. It's just the probability of actually getting the artifact is pretty low, I guess. If your luck is increased and you are blind, no. All right, maybe it's worth trying still. The artifact. Again, I'm not sure if I'd get a very useful one because it depends on like your character class, I think. Oh, here you go. Available roles for first gift. So your first gift as a samurai. It looks like they might give me Snicker Schnee. That's the only one that samurai can get. What's this one? Is this in a slash 'em or something? Yeah, it's in a variant called slash 'em. So it looks like I can get Snicker Schnee, which I don't think I'm actually going to use. That's a katana, though. Well, it might be an option. It might be better than Gray Swan Deer, except when I'm fighting demons. If I can get Snicker Schnee, I could wield that and a katana. But you can't wield 2 artifacts because they get jealous of each other. I'm actually serious. It says they, none of them wants, none of the artifacts wants to play second fiddle to the other, basically. And Snickersnee is derived from the Mikado, a popular 19th century comic opera set in Japan. Its name is actually an archaic English word for large knife, deriving from a Dutch phrase meaning to stab or cut. The word originally described a style of knife fighting, analogous to cut and thrust in English, and later came to refer to knives, the knives used in such fights. All right, maybe I'll try to get Snickersnee. Let's see what we can do. All right. Yeah. So I mean, once I run out of charges for both of these bags of tricks, I might just call it a day as far as sacrificing goes. But for now, let's keep doing it. One nice thing about having a vegan pet is they don't eat the corpses of these animals, of these monsters, as I kill them. See, vegans have some use, Arturo. Oh, what did I just make appear here? A green elf. All right, green elf. Look at all the stuff that happened. That was just one turn, but there was quite an exchange that happened in this one little turn. You hit the green elf. You hit the green elf. OD2 misses the green elf. OD2 bites the green elf. The green elf wields an elven short sword. The elven short sword welds itself to the green elf's hand, meaning it's cursed. The green elf thrusts his elven short sword. The green elf hits. OD2 hits the green elf. The green elf is killed. All right, good job, Odie. There's no green elf corpse, unfortunately, though. I could use the elven arrows. Those are good. And I might as well identify. I can't accommodate any items, of course. Let's check out this scroll of identify. It's uncursed, okay. Now we're going to get these elven arrows. It feels good to have a good supply of arrows. Amber Flash, they're blessed. Nice. Let's check what it even means when those particular things are blessed. It might be a general kind of effect of weapons being blessed, actually. Which I always forget. Or maybe I should look up arrows in general. Here we go. Average damage calculation. Blessed helps against undead and demons. That's right. I think that might be all Blessed really does with weapons in general. Weapons. The probability of them generating Blessed, but it doesn't actually say what it does here. Huh. I have to look at Blessed. All right, here we go. Blessed weapons do 1d4 extra damage to undead and major demons. Blessed missiles, such as arrows, have a significantly lower chance of disappearing when used. Actually, that's great. Yeah, that's actually a great effect. This one here is like barely anything because by the time you're fighting undead and major demons, an extra d4 isn't great. I mean, it's nice, but not losing your ammunition is quite good. Wish my Ya were all blessed. Okay, so I guess we'll keep on using this bag of tricks. A dingo. The dingo ate my baby. Okay, it didn't leave a corpse, unfortunately. Here's a random little dog. Not from my bag of tricks. And as we established earlier, it's actually safe to offer them as long as they were not your pet. Sacrificed in a flash of light. Is that a floating eye? Shocking sphere. Oh, they're not going to leave a corpse. They're just going to shock me. Do I have a ring of shock resistance? I don't know if it's going to matter much. I'm going to step away, though. If I can. Nope. There was a paper golem in my way. They didn't even notice. Shocking sphere explodes. You duck some of the blast. It took a little bit of damage, I guess. Yeah, it took 10 damage, which you can see up here. Okay, more empty paper scrolls because of the golem, paper golem. What's this here? Scroll called Scare Monster, sure. Yeah, of course I can't accommodate any more stuff. I would really like to have a bag of holding. Then I can bless that. Scare Monster can be good to have. Ryan's not scared of a paper golem. Bag of Tricks made a shrieker, is it? Yeah. It's just a fungus that shrieks. It's like an alarm. A dungeon alarm. Beep. Kobold Lord, okay. These things aren't leaving corpses. I'm very offended by that. If you're gonna die, you should leave a nice corpse. Here's a blob of some sort. Oh, gelatinous cube again, my friend. Let's just kill it. I'm actually gonna eat it with the hope of getting one of those intrinsics again. Although I don't know. I don't quite remember which ones I have and don't have. But I think there were 2 I said that I didn't believe I had. Yeah, I don't think I have fire and shock. Especially, I'm like really sure I don't have shock unless I don't know, unless I unless I'm really forgetting something. So yeah, it's worth not sacrificing this one. Let's eat it. Okay, I did not get any intrinsics from that. Just the usual bad case of stomach acid. The gelatinous cube tastes okay. And, oh, I didn't finish it because of a straw golem. Odie killed it though. So let me finish eating this gelatinous cube. And nothing happened. Okay. Too bad. These things have a lot of charges, more than I expected. What is this, a werewolf next to me? A were-rat. Okay, let's kill that were-rat. And those would count as a human, I'm pretty sure. So it would be considered extremely terrible if I did sacrifice it. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look it up just to be sure. As scary as a kush ball golem, says Ron. Yeah, but they could give you paper cuts. Hey, leprechaun. Hi, leprechaun. Okay, it did not leave a corpse. Now I don't have to leave. I don't have to have the debate about whether I want to eat the corpse or sacrifice it because it didn't leave a corpse. And here is a co-aligned unicorn. Okay. I'm pretty sure my luck is probably maxed out, so I don't think it's worth throwing gems to it. But I cannot kill and sack it. That's one of the bad things. It's a very bad idea to do that. And I just summoned now a monkey or some sort. Yeah, let's kill the monkey. I spanked that monkey. Good. And Ryan says leprechaun tells you to burn things. Yep, I know you had to say it. He told me to burn things. Why do I have this orcish helmet? I don't even want this. But I do want the monkey corpse. My god, I offer you a monkey. I have slain the rabid monkey. The fearsome monkey. Alright, Gecko. And Gecko is killed. Alright. Try again. Nothing happened. Alright, this bag of tricks is done. I'm going to discard it. It even tells me here it's an empty, uncursed bag of tricks. But I have another one. And I made a... I don't like a J. An ochre jelly. Okay. I don't like the idea of corrosion. I always have to look up these different various acids and blobs and I mean fungus and jellies and I always forget what they do. It's the only non-sessile member of the jelly monster class. That means it can move, right? Yeah. It's the only jelly that can walk around. I guess it oozes around probably. Like other jellies, the ochre jelly has a passive attack which deals acid damage and can corrode iron or copper weapons and armor. It can also actively engulf a target to cover them with acidic slime. Oh boy. They're quite slow and can be easily outrun, allowing you to pick them off at a distance with corrode-proofed or disposable projectiles. Or you could simply run away. Yeah, a wand of digging or spell of dig will immediately free you if they engulf you. Alright, corrode. Now, silver can't rust, but can it corrode? We're back at the erosion page. Corrosion affects items made of copper or iron, so my silver saber is good. bite and passive attack of a black point. What about the ochre jelly here? Yeah, it's a passive attack. And the engulfing attack of the ogre jelly. Does rust proof prevent corrosion too? I think it might, even though it sounds counterintuitive. Yeah, objects can be made erode proof or foo proof informally and protected from all forms of erosion. Okay. So it sounds like both of my weapons are good. It's just my armor could be corroded. I think if I just attack it, I'll probably kill it in one turn and not have to worry about it. I think. Or is it one of those things where it could splash acid on? No, I think it has an it's an engulfing attack only, basically. It has a passive attack and engulfing, so could the passive splash on armor though? That's what I'm not sure about. I'll just give it a go. I'm gonna do it. Attack. You're splashed by the acid. You're splashed by the acid. It's not dead yet, surprisingly. But I did not get any corrosion. Attack again. I killed it. All right, good. Ugh, hate those things. Hate anything that can rust your stuff or corrode it, or disenchanters will disenchant your stuff. That's even worse. Anyway, let's keep at it with the second bag of tricks. It's a zombie of some sort, a blue Z, an Etten zombie. Okay, an Etten being like a two-headed giant. It did say something about undead actually having a bonus to being sacrificed, but I thought maybe it depends on the kind of undead. I thought an zombie corpse would not be stackable. Let's just try it. It might be too heavy for me to carry though. Extreme difficulty. I'll try it. I'll just get rid of it right away. The Etten corpse. Nothing happens. Yeah, I didn't want that. Let's just drop it. Ryan says in nerd voice, we need an acid monster melts through the rock floor. Well, it only corrodes, what did it say, like copper and iron. So I guess the rock is fine. At least in Nethack logic. That's what it corrodes. All right, let's keep going. Apply. Bag of tricks. All right, we have a winter wolf cub. Let's kill that. And sacrifice that. Yeah, I'm not getting any artifacts here, unfortunately. I mean, it can still happen. I'm just complaining. Ooh, I summoned a pack of wolves. Hey, that's a lot of corpses. Okay, we've got a wolf chorus here. I'm going to sacrifice it before I even finish killing the others. Okay, basically nothing special again. And the rest didn't leave corpses, those jerks. But I found a scroll of Stinking Cloud. Here comes a random zombie. That was an elf zombie. All right, keep at it. Capitulation. What's that? A mountain nymph? Mountain nymph. Did not leave a corpse. It does have a potion of hallucination though. I'm getting more garbage potion. I'm kind of tempted to take another trip down a few levels and just get more dilutions before I do my big blessing. What I got? I have hallucination. I have, I think, a levitation. I mean, levitation isn't garbage, but when you have a ring of levitation and possibly boots too, I have to figure out if that is what it is. I feel like I have that base covered. Anyway. I'm blind. Why am I blind? I put on the blindfold. Okay. Well, actually, let's put that back on again. There's a leprechaun in the store here. He tells me to burn things. Snake. Suddenly you notice a snake. The snake is killed. What? Guess my pony did that. Yep. The pony was kind of out of sight. That's why it was phrased in that weird way. Do 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 do. A leprechaun in a store tells you to buy things, says Ryan. Oh yeah. He's their salesman, I guess. Their sales leprechaun. Snake corpse. Hey, we got something. Look at this. An object appears at your feet. The voice of Amaterasu Omikami rings out. Use my gift wisely. What is it? It is a katana named Snickersnee. All right, now I have to decide what's going to be my main. Is it going to be Gray Swandeer or Snickersnee? And now I'm going to be burdened once again, but that's okay. Hey, I'm still in the burden level. I didn't go over the top yet. All right, but yeah, and David says, congrats. Thank you, David. Yeah, we can look up, we can compare the stats, right? We can put them side by side and try to figure out which one we want to use normally. Now, I'm about 99% sure Gray Swandeer is the choice when I'm faced with demons, but I'm pretty sure Snickersnee might be all around better, especially since I have the katana skill at expert level. So I would have 2 katanas being wielded. A Snickersnee, if you go by the, just, let's start with the basic damage of each. Snickersnee does D10 plus D8 versus small opponents, and D12 plus D8 versus large, whereas Gray Swandeer does D8 times 2 for both, with the optional, well, the plus 20 for demons only. So what's better there? I guess yeah, Snickersnee is better. What would you rather roll, basically? Like, essentially, this is like 2d8, though not quite, because it's 1d8 double. But this actually tends to mean it would have more extreme results, right? It'd be more likely to have a roll of a 1, which only does 2 damage, or a roll of an 8, which does 16. Whereas when you're rolling 2 dice, it tends to, be more balanced, sort of. But yeah, overall, I would think I would prefer Snickersnee. And has a +1 to hit bonus. Oh, Gray Swandeer has a +1 D5 to hit. That's actually quite nice. But with my skill in katana, I still think Snickersnee would generally win. And it does give you hallucination resistance, which is nice. That's not usually the worst thing in the world. It can be annoying, but I'd be willing to forego that, I think. +1 D5 for the saber. Yeah, the 2 hit is actually pretty nice. But with expert skill in katana, I think Snickersnee wins. The only thing that makes me hesitant right now is the hallucination resistance, but I think I'll just deal without that. Now, if you want to go by the price, the base price, it looks like they say Snickersnee is actually worse, because this is worth 8,000 versus 1,200. If that means anything, I mean, it kind of means something. Average damage calculation, and they have the average damage calculation here too, probably, right? Yeah. So they say basically your average +0 Gray Swandeer will do 9 damage against non-silver hating, meaning basically non-demons and undead. And we get an average of 10 for, this is for small monsters. For large, it's 11. But there's no difference in large and small for Snickersnee. Oh, but look at this. I might have just changed my mind. The plus for enchantments, look at this. That's in the parentheses. In other words, before the multiplier of ×2. One plus 8 over 2 plus. I'm not sure why they're. Oh, okay, they're getting the average here. So 1 plus 8 over 2 plus 7. Yeah. Snickersnee might be the way to go, actually. If I wasn't enchanting it at all. I mean, right now, my enchantments are not that high. It's actually 0 on Snickersnee and I think +2 on Gray Swandeer. I think I might have come for full circle and decided I want to stick with Gray Swandeer. Because it's kind of what it boils down to, right? But again, I did it is still true that Grace Wanderer kind of tends to be more extreme. Does it really matter much? Probably not. I think it's better to have the greater average. And yeah, again, the enchantments, the enchantments all get doubled essentially because of the way the math seems to be working. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have assumed it works like 1d8 times 2 and then you add the enchantment. But no, it seems to be the multiplier comes after. Yeah, that's actually quite huge. All right, I'm gonna stick with Grace Wanderer, I think. So I wonder if it was worth even doing all that sacrifice. You know, it was fun. It was fun. And it seemed rewarding to get Snickersnee anyway. And David said, I think you have a prayer timeout since you received a gift. Oh man, let me check that out. That would mean I can't pray for the water right away. Thanks for that tip. Let me just verify though. Did I close my page on the altar on praying or whatever I had? Do 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 do. What am I looking for here? I could look right at the source code if I'm feeling brave. Actually, let me just look for timeout on this page. All right, sacrificing fresh corpses will with a prayer timeout above 0 will reduce the timeout, while sacrificing with a prayer timeout of 0 can reduce the luck, can increase luck. Yeah, basically I have to find the section on when you are granted an artifact. I guess this one, sacrifice is what I'm looking for. Okay. Sacrifice gifts. If your prayer timer is 0, you have positive alignment and you are at experience level 3, your base luck is 0 or greater, and your god is not angry. You have a 1 in 10 plus 2 times x times y chance of an artifact gift being placed on the altar, where x is the total amount of existing artifacts and y is the number of gifts granted previously. Oh, so I guess less. That's right. I remember I had this when I was thinking about naming the Elven Dagger to Sting earlier. I kind of had this feeling that it makes it so like artifacts are less common or something like that. And this is what that's about, I think. If I had made Sting spring into existence, it would make future sacrifices less likely to be fruitful, basically. All right, we got rain. Rain is happening. So we've here in New York, we've been in kind of drought conditions, and in kind of the whole area, New Jersey, and there's been like all these warnings about don't start any fires, even like in a contained fire, even because the conditions were horrible, windy and very dry, very dry. But we're getting rain right now. That's exciting. And all the lawns in our neighborhood and the whole area pretty much are looking very not too great. Anyway, it's good to hear the raindrops falling on my head. But yeah, timeout. Receiving a gift unrestricts the corresponding weapon skill if applicable. Wait, what? That's interesting. I don't quite totally get that, but it sounds like if I'm granted a katana, if my katana skill was, I don't know what that means, honestly. Anyway, I'll skip over that for now because it's not really a concern for me at the moment. Exercise wisdom and increases prayer timeout by RNZ, which is a random number function, I guess. 300 plus 50x, where x is the total amount of existing artifacts. Okay, so how many artifacts exist? I think only 2. So it's essentially what's RNZ? A number between 1 and that. Again, too tired to get too into this, but Essentially, we have a prayer timeout now. So I probably can't actually pray. Time to let off the fireworks is right here. In the rain. Yeah, so, right. So how long do I actually bother to wait? That's the question. I'm trying to look at this RNZ. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. RNZ produces such a bizarre distribution. Okay, that it's hard to tell what the original programmer had in mind. Okay. I think I am too tired to try to understand this, but it said RNZ that's going to be 300, something like 300 to 400, which is what is this y-axis here? I don't know. I don't even know what the y-axis is. RNZ 100 is the time that one must wait after invoking an artifact before invoking it again. Okay. Prayer timeout. Just gave me the spoiler about this. Timeout after a successful prayer is RNZ 350 with a penalty of 1,000 if you were crowned or have killed the Wizard of Yendor. Alright, I gotta wait a while, let's put it that way. So that kind of backfired in a sense. I'm not even like choosing to use this gift, but it's cool to have, I guess. Alright, so the question is, when do I want to do this? I guess I can make my trip down to get more water then. Might as well do it, right? Alright, with that in mind, let's see. Is there any other stuff I want around here? Probably not. Any other non-junky stuff? It's all junk. I guess I could keep sacking. I might as well do that. Why not? I'm gonna use up my bag of tricks and keep sacrificing. Who knows? Maybe I'll get another artifact. Wait, does the sacrificing, does that affect your prayer time? I think it said it might, right? If you get good outcomes, or that just factors into. Hang on. Prayer timeout. Any variable. That's confusing. Safe. Maybe. Okay. Effect. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Prayer timeout decreased. Okay, so this will actually decrease prayer timeouts. Potentially. All right. So let's keep doing it. And I want to just burn through the bag of tricks anyway. It reduces it, says David. Right, cool. All right. Let's offer this Gnome King corpse. Ryan says, is looking at the wiki just to be more accurate, or do you really have to look at the wiki to do well in this game? Kind of both. That's kind of part of the theme of Nethack and Chillit. I take my time and look up everything. You don't have to look up every detail. Unfortunately, there's so much I don't have memorized it, even though I have played this game so much. Yeah, I think to probably newbies who might be watching, it might seem like I'm, really nuts in how much I do have memorized in this game. But there's just so much to it that it's hard to remember everything. Anyway, I have a hopeful feeling, which I think means the prayer timeout has been reduced. But yeah, like I always say, back in the day when I first got this game, it was before the web existed, and so you couldn't just go to a wiki web page. And also before the internet was common, I had a dial-up modem and I could call BBSs and stuff. But there was a file called spoilers.txt that it had a lot of info, kind of like on the wiki. I don't think it was quite as comprehensive, but it was I kind of viewed it as cheating, and it's kind of, and I would look up info in it when I was desperate. But also it was harder to do. You couldn't just have a window open on the side. I was using DOS. I would have to go to the shell and then open the file. Not that it's hard, but We're so spoiled these days. I just put a window here, you know. It makes it too easy. Anyway, what do we have here? A floating eye? No, shocking sphere again. A kitten, a giant beetle, and a gecko. All right. Duck some of the blast. Kill the kitten. Kill this beetle. And beetle. You have a hopeful feeling again. And David says, when I used to play, I was always looking at the wiki. It's because of the wiki that I was able to beat the game. Yeah, me too. You know, that I guess part of the reason why it took me so long to beat the game is you know, I would try to resist it. Resist looking at the horse died. Shit. Oh, yeah, it did. And this is something, I'll continue my other thought in a second, but this is something I always noticed. Any kind of pet, they're very susceptible to any opponent that can swing a weapon at it. Everything else, it has no trouble with. But anything that, you know, like a watch captain or Hero Grey Elf swings their broadsword, I don't know why. But that seems to be a thing I've noticed. Anyway, to complete my other thought, yeah, I used to kind of try to resist it. We're looking up spoilers, looking up stuff in the wiki. Eventually, I said, screw it. I'm going all in the wiki, and, you know, it's much easier, needless to say. But yeah, that sucks that the horse is dead. And I cannot sacrifice him because he was my pet. But I feel like that would be like a... I feel like I should be able to. I feel like it would be like, you know, a Viking funeral for my horse, something like that. But it doesn't get viewed like that by my god, unfortunately. All right, a warhorse corpse named OD2. We've been through so many pets already. I gotta kill this damn thing. For some reason, I think the appearance of the gray elf made me ignore it, which maybe is my problem. Maybe I would have killed it before he killed the horse had I not ignored it. Yeah. So Ryan's saying, like, you know, that was my real question: is the game so complicated that you have to wiki to get anywhere? You kind of do, unless you I mean, you could do it through trial and error and keeping meticulous notes, or like you could, you know, just have like a community of friends, or maybe it's even like an online community that you kind of share your knowledge and try to figure it. That could be exciting in a way if you just had like a Nethack club where you all try to figure it out blind and you share your secrets. But you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, you have the internet available to you. It's kind of hard not to just pull up the wiki when you're in a jam. But yeah, the game, you know, you need to have like encyclopedic knowledge if you were gonna play it without without like an encyclopedia essentially handy. Um, I know you could argue you could argue that's not a good thing. I don't personally mind. But there's a lot of people who like roguelikes who don't like NetHack because they think it does some things wrong, like being this vastly complicated. But, you know, ultimately I have a ton of fun playing it. Whether it's a good design or not, kind of irrelevant to me. You know, there's things you could say are maybe even tedious, like having to manage all this equipment. Whereas there's some roguelikes that let you gloss over. Like I think of the game I have called it's a roguelike called Golden Crone Hotel, where if you have a sword and you find a better sword, it says you upgrade your sword and you automatically sell the older one for X gold or X dollars, whatever. I guess it's gold. And it's like you don't have to worry about managing. You don't have to worry about finding the guy to sell it to. It just says automatic, and you don't have to worry about trying to figure out if this one's better or that. It's just like, well, this sword is better. You sell the old one. Boom. Or if you have a better sword and you find a weaker one, it just says, well, you already have a better one, but you sell the worst one that you just found for 20 gold. Boom. It's just done. So like, it's nice in a way, but also it takes out a whole kind of, I don't know, to me, fun aspect of it, trying to figure out the value of things. And also you can only have a mechanic like that if the weapons are very one-dimensional, right? Like you look at my Grey Swandier versus Snicker Snee. Well, Grey Swandier is better in, you know, in some scenarios, and maybe Snicker Snee is better if I don't enchant it. So it's not a single one-dimensional, this thing is better than that. There's different dimensions to it. So I kind of like that it's such a rich and deep game. But you know, at the same time, when I am playing Golden Crone Hotel, it is nice that it can just kind of breeze through things and stuff automatically happens. And one thing they have in that game is the staircases are plentiful. There could be like 5 staircases up and 5 staircases down or something like that. So you don't have to like travel across the level to get to the one staircase. You just go to the nearest one. So you know, there's a lot of like kind of usability features like that in more modern roguelikes. And yet this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one, Nethack. But that said, I have to think, you know, I'm a grown adult with a full-time job and a family and stuff. If I had to come to this game blind, I don't know if I would have the patience to put into it. But this comes from my youth when I had more time to just futz around. And, you know, I pretty much only have pretty much 90% of my gaming time is when I do these streams anymore. So, you know, when I think about when I was a kid, I would pretty much game by default if I didn't have anything to do, if I didn't have homework to do, or if I wasn't hanging out with a friend, or even if I was hanging out with a friend, there's a good chance we'd be gaming together. Anyway, what does Ryan say? Like playing D&D, just memory, no books. And then he says, yeah, both have their pros and cons. Yeah, kind of like the new versus old school approach, I guess. Yeah. All right, but you know, not every new game is necessarily good at user experience either, though. But Golden Crone Hotel is a good example of one that does make user experience like clean and fast. Yeah, what the hell am I doing? I'm just gonna keep. Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill this floating eye. Now the floating eye, they are notorious for killing newbies. I could probably handle it fine, but they paralyze you if you hit them and don't kill them. And I don't have a pet to back me up. Anything that can paralyze you, it's good to have a pet handy to back you up, but I don't have that. So I'm like 99% sure I could just one-shot it with my melee weapons, but I'm just going to err on the side of caution anyway. And wield the Yumi, which again is a bow, and just shoot it with an elven arrow. It hits it. You shoot 2 elven arrows. Well, both of them hit, but it didn't kill it. And now I killed it. Excuse me, and I have left no corpse, but I still have all the 4 elven arrows, so that's good. They didn't get expensed. Sometimes your arrows, when you fire them, they get randomly expensed. But as we looked up earlier, blessed arrows are less likely to disappear when you shoot them. What do we got? Another jelly type. I hate them. Spotted jelly. Can they corrode? I always get these all mixed up. I don't remember spotted versus ochre, etc. Spotted jelly. Passive attack that triggers if attack directly in melee. Deals acid damage depending on the attacker's level with a separate 1/30 chance of corroding worn armor. So that's the path of that. I can attack it. The splash has a 1/30 chance of corroding my armor. I guess that's what it's saying. But as we've looked up earlier, our weapons should be safe from corrosion. That's actually a reason not to use Snick or Snee also. I don't have to worry about another thing made of iron. I think it's made of iron. Let's take a quick look just to be sure. And by the way, also this wiki makes it much easier to search than like using a DOS era text editor to try to find text. It is made of iron, yeah. All right, I mean, I guess I should just step back and shoot it like I did with the floating eye. It's not really that complicated. Yeah, use the bow, says David. Yep. I will do that. But does it only have a passive attack, so it can't like reach out to me, right? So in other words, they don't have to step away. I can just shoot it from here, I think. I'm going to try that. If I'm wrong, it'll be good for my knowledge. But I think I can just shoot it right here. Yeah, it hits it, it hits it. Hits it, it hits it. It's not dead yet, though. Hits it. Killed it. All right, so I got 6 arrows back. It did not leave a corpse. I think it left some uncursed, worthless piece of violet glass for some reason. Okay, let's finish up this bag of tricks. What's this, a soldier? Shoot a giant beetle. I'm wielding my bow stupidly. Giant beetle. You have a hopeful feeling. So I'm still kind of undoing my prayer timeout. Every time it says a hopeful feeling, I'm pretty sure that means I'm improving on that. Here's a fungus of some sort of brown mold. A raven, is that? Yep. They'll blind you. They claw your eyes or something. Raven corpse. Let's sack that. Hopeful feeling. Rock mole. Is this a vortex? Ice vortex. They don't leave corpses. Is this a spider? Giant spider. Spider turns to flee. Am I gonna be like considered cowardly if I attack a fleeing spider? I don't remember how that works. It might only be a night thing. Scared and fleeing are different things. This one, I guess, is fleeing. Yeah, when Elbereth happened earlier, I found the Elbereth in the final level of the Gnomish Mines, which is called Mines End. And it caused something that was chasing me to run away, and I attacked it, and I got like some messages that I was being something not good, wasn't being very honorable or something like that. But I would like to know the logic behind it. Is it a samurai thing or a lawful thing? I know with knights it'll say you caitiff, and that's like knight specific. What about? Actually, I wasn't scared when I should be in fleeing. Probably no. Scaring causes them to flee. It's very confusing. Lawful. I just wanted to check the chat. Just look here. Lawful disadvantages. Other than Grace Wendy, your lawful sacrifice gifts are lacking in general purpose damage. You lose intrinsic telepathy and 2 points of luck if you commit murder. Okay, nothing about it in lawful. Could it be a samurai honor thing? Code of conduct. The Bushido code requires that samurai behave honorably. Dishonorable acts will incur an alignment penalty and display a guilt message. Yeah, I think this. No, that's for peace or tame creatures. You dishonorably attack the innocent. Huh. All right, I don't know. You know what? It's not worth worrying about too much if I can't find it that easily. I'll just let it come back to me and start attacking me. He doesn't want to attack me though. He's running away. Okay, fine, leave. Spider. I was kind of like blocking its way. It's like, I gotta get around you. Bag of tricks again. What do we have here? A dwarf? I think they might be co-aligned with me. Peaceful dwarf. Yeah, I gotta leave him alone. And nothing happens. Okay. Ryan said the giant spider would be horrifying. Yeah, I know. They're like a throwaway basic monster in like D&D type games, but geez, I wouldn't want to be faced with a giant spider. Especially if the kind of like jumps around very quickly. And imagine the large mandibles and everything. Anyway, that's it for my sacking. You know, I don't know the timeout, so I can't say for sure if I can try, but I guess I'll do what I said I was gonna do and get more dilution to happen. I'll run downstairs. It'll have a really big pile for a really big pile of water to bless. Hopefully by then it'll be safe. And I do have to wrap up this stream soon, so kind of sucks a little bit. I'm like, what did I accomplish this time? Oh, I guess I almost got blessing to happen. Which is kind of where it left off. Excuse me, I kind of left off last stream going, okay, I'm going to bless my stuff next stream. Anyway, that's fine. Let's go down, I guess, to the Oracle again. Level 8. No, I don't want to attack the dwarf. Oh, here's a giant. Oh, got another potion to get rid of. And a giant spider corpse. Something killed it. See if it's still sacrificable. All right, David is out. Thanks for joining, David. I appreciated your comments. And he says that was fun. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, maybe I'll catch you again next time. All right, it was good meeting you, so to speak. All right. Yeah, the sacrifice worked. I guess that spider was fresh enough. Oh, we have another floating eye. Yep. All right, wield the bow. Yeah, I gotta get to bed soon. It's I'm on duty for getting my daughter ready tomorrow morning as opposed to my wife. And I stay up too late and it becomes a painful day. I can pray safely now? Oh, how can you tell? Is that because the message didn't say you feel, you know, whatever? You feel a hopeful feeling, have a hopeful feeling? Anyway, thanks for the tip. I'll take your word for it. Cool. Thanks, David. All right. And Ryan is out too. All right. Good seeing you as always, Ryan. And I'm sure I'll chat with you as we always do. And yeah, on Saturday, by the way, I plan. Oh no, Saturday I'm occupied probably. It depends though. I'm having family over for my birthday, and it depends how late they stay. I might do a stream still. I might continue my Dracula stream. That was a lot of fun. I'm doing this game book. I have it right here still. It's a really awesome game book. I'm really pleased with it so far, by Jonathan Green, based on the novel Dracula. But you can play as any of 3 vampire hunters or Dracula himself. And for those who aren't familiar with the term game book, it's basically choose your own adventure books. But usually there's like an RPG aspect to it, to like, as well, like dice rolling and stuff like that. One thing I wanted to show, I forgot to bring it when I did the Dracula stream, is compare it to the novel Bram Stoker's Dracula. The source is so much smaller than the game book. Look at that. This kind of goes to show how much the game book has fleshed out stuff. You can do things that don't have, you know, you can go down paths that didn't transpire in the book, and it's just really amazing so far. Anyway, suddenly we are down to 2 concurrent viewers instead of 5. Wow. All right, that's fine though. Say hello in the chat if you're still there. Are you still there, Arturo, Benonymous, Fluffy Bubbles? Just kind of curious. Eric Johnson. But yeah, I'll wrap this up soon. But David said I can safely pray, so that's good to know. I guess it has to do with that message, like I was hypothesizing. I left a good gnocchi there. I'm burdened still. Yeah, I'm gonna run down again. This is kind of to me, this is an important thing. It might seem like I'm being picky or over preparing, but it is so good to have so much blessing available to you. So good to do all this nonsense of and bashing that thing with my bow. Dope. Anyway, it is good to do this kind of farming like stuff. I'll eat the giant spider. I'm unaffected by the poison. There's a tripe ration here. I've got enough tripe rations, I suppose. All right. We're trying to go to the Oracle on level 8, basically. We're on 6 now. Yeah, it sucks that I lost my horse. I'm gonna get a new pet. Next thing I encounter, the dog or cat, I'll just throw it a tripe ration. If it is a horse type, I don't know if I have any vegetables or fruits to throw it, but I might have something in my bag. You remember this level has pools for dilution. You remember this level has 3,000 gold. Oh, last one was pools for dilution. Right. Okay. All right, let's make some more stuff happen here. I was hungry. Then I ate the Shrieker corpse. But yeah, my food situation is so much better than it was, but they do weigh a lot. It is good to err on the side of having too much food, though, I think. Although, you know, it's always important to have that balance of not carrying too much. But with food, you don't want to play too much with food. And that said, I I think if you keep it at about 5 at all times, you're probably safe. So I am erring on the side of caution. You can see I have 9 of them. I think I might even have something in the bag too, some food in the bag. Maybe I should drop some. Anyway, for now, let's just worry about getting our water. Potion of acid, I don't want that. Of course, I'm going to check if there's any hidden tricks with it that I am not thinking about. Potion of acid. You don't want to drink it. You can throw or wield it, but it's not really that great usually. Tipping items into a potion of acid that are vulnerable to corrosion will corrode those items. I mean, you could force corrosion to happen. Acid and water. Acid boils on contact with water of any kind. Oh, that's right. I tried this before. Dipping any potions of acid into a pool or fountain, or else walking into deeper water with a potion of acid in the open inventory will cause them to explode. Ah, that's kind of a good thing I looked this up. That's right. I did this very thing before. I would have felt very silly. Acid inside containers such as sacks, a bag of holding, or a cursed oilskin sack will explode if water gets inside them. So the hero will not take damage because in the bag. A potion of acid cannot be diluted normally as a result of the above, though it is possible for dilute acid to occur as a result of random alchemy. I forgot about alchemy. Wow, I totally forgot this is a thing. This is like when I first learned of this, I was like, this is nuts. It's one of these things that's like such a, it's kind of like the whole, you know, there's an effect for every scroll being read when you're confused, like an extra effect. You can mix like all this stuff. I forgot totally about this. You can mix potions. Wow. So you can like get, you know, you want a full healing potion, you can mix extra with gain energy, for example, and get a potion of full healing. Yeah, that's pretty nice. You can gain ability with full healing plus energy or full healing plus gain level. The thing is, some of these use gain level as an ingredient. Those are primo potions. You don't want to just mix a gain level into something else typically. Yeah, it's good to know that exists. I kind of forgot about that completely. Right then, oh yeah, so I guess I don't think I really want acid, but could I mix it with something? Dipping a potion of acid or any cursed potion into another potion guarantees an alchemic blast. Dipping into a cursed potion only has the normal chance of an alchemic blast, while dipping into a potion of acid performs random alchemy. What? Interesting. Okay, I'm at the point of where my mind is getting really tired, so I don't know if I want to keep this or not, but I'm definitely not going to dip it right now. That's for sure. So I'm glad I looked that up. What about the potions in my bag though? Guess all I really have is hallucination, cursed gain level, which I think I'm going to keep, and levitation. Yeah, I'll get rid of those. Knapsack can't hold any more slots. Okay. Put stuff in. Blah, blah, blah. Acid can go in. What do I want to get out here? Yeah, the tiredness is sinking in. Hallucination, levitation. Tip hallucination. Feeling of loss comes over you. That means the effect would have been, from drinking, would have been remove curse, I think. But I wasted the effect. That's fine, though. Yeah, hallucination is now water. Hold on, keep skipping. And let's dip levitation. Now levitation can be useful, but again, I have like a ring of it. I can just put on the ring. And that's more controllable, right? It doesn't have a timeout. But you know, you could argue this is good to have anyway. But I don't know. Right now I just want water. Oh, look, I found a gem. Worthless glass. All right. So these fountains are drying up fast, actually, but I only need one more dip for my immediate purposes. Water sprays all over you. Okay. Okay, that's more water for our purposes. And let's go back up the stairs. Starting to feel hungry. I'll just eat one of these food rations. Yummy gnocchi. Got so many of them, right? Might as well use them for what they're for. Look at these annoying corridors. There's my original wakizashi that I dropped. There's no real need for it. Gnocchi, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care. All right, let's do our praying. I say we pray. You know, I should have got. I don't know if I want to run up and down again. I should have remembered to get these potions though. While if I was gonna do that anyway. Oh well. Let's just do it. I bring you lots of water, my god. Let's get the junk out of the way. Knapsack can't accommodate. DF, DH. Get the junk. Drop F, drop H. Get our water. 15. Alright, this is gonna be cool. $15. This is nuts. Here we go. You begin praying to Amaterasu Omikami. You are surrounded by a shimmering light. You finish your prayer. The potions on the altar glow light blue for a moment. You feel that Amaterasu Omikami is well pleased. You feel in good health again. Was I in bad health? You are surrounded by a golden glow. Hold on, let's look up this stuff. Oh, I lost. Oh, one of my attributes was lower. I think it was Constitution. I noticed it was 17 before, but I didn't realize I had suffered a loss. I just thought it was naturally 17. But I could have just used a unicorn horn to make that happen. But yeah, I think that's what happened. I was at 17 from something reducing it, and now it's at 18 again. So that's cool. But what about you are surrounded by a golden glow? This is a favor, also known as a boon or a prayer boon. You either gain one lost experience level as though from a blessed potion of full healing, or otherwise gain 5 max hit points. In both cases, your hit points are restored to maximum. Any drained strength is restored, and your nutrition is reset to 900 if it's lower than 900. Okay, so that was all this whole thing, basically. I might have been at lower than 900 nutrition. All right, cool. So that worked out, and I got this whole pile of holy water now. Wow, let's make some stuff happen here. All right, so what are we gonna bless? We want to have one blessed unicorn horn because the unicorn horns don't always work. They can save your life. It's kind of not super rare for them to fail. Let's look up the stats. You definitely want to have a blessed one if I recall correctly. That's one usage of a blessing. So basically, as we all know, it cures all of these things. It cures blindness, deafness, confusion, hallucination, stunning, sickness, nausea, lost attributes points, which is very huge. But it cannot cure these things, stoning and such. Wounded legs. That's right, it's the number of ailments. Applying a unicorn horn, an uncursed one, will fix. It's kind of confusing. D2D2 minus 1 ailments. So you're rolling two-sided dice to determine the number of faces of the die you roll. It's kind of very unintuitive because you can't do that in real life. Like if you can't roll a D3, oh, you can. You would have to like take a D6 and divide it by 2 essentially. Anyway, this is a random number between my brain D. So if you rolled 2 1s, it would be a D2 minus 1. Right, so it's between 1 D2. Hold on. Okay, it could be 0, right? If the 2D2 roll is a 2, that's the lowest possible. And then the D2 could either be a 1 or a 2. It could be 0 ailments are cured. Anyway, there's no point in lingering on the math here, dwelling on the math here. Essentially, it could do a lot more. And it's probably rare that you have so many ailments at once. And yet, when you do have that, you'll be glad you can cure a bunch of this. So I think it's definitely worth getting a blessed unicorn horn. It'll be much more reliable. Also, it makes the probability of none of them, of no ailments being cured, much lesser. So if you have the horrible sickness that will instantly kill you or very soon kill you, you'll be much less likely to die from that. So let's do that. That's our first thing. Dip the uncursed unicorn horn into a blessed potion of water. Yay, it's blessed. And I can see that right here. Okay, that was kind of a no-brainer. Take out. Yeah, let's use an enchant weapon. I'm also looking at how we have a cursed enchant armor and a cursed enchant weapon. I could use 2 of them to make them blessed. It's kind of expensive, but probably worth it. On the other hand, I could have a remove curse scroll, remove the cursed. Maybe I'd have to look up the mechanics of that. Anyway, this is what I have to think about the enchantment. I don't really know what the enchantment on this one is, but I'm pretty sure it's +2. There's a limit to the enchantments. It's kind of complicated. And you want to be cognizant of, you want to try to get the max possible. And I kind of already blew it, if I recall correctly, with my +4 Gauntlets of Power. In other words, I didn't play it right when I could have been guaranteed to get a +5 without any risk of disintegrating the whole object. It's kind of complicated, but it might be that I should just call it a night, because I might get hung up on the math here with my slow and tired brain. Right, so I mean, I could just do the katana, I guess. Anyway, yeah, the points that it adds depend on its current. So if I use it on a +0 or a +1 thing like my katana is, it can add up to 3. And the most common is, I think, you gotta look at this, 1 to 3 minus current enchantment divided by 3. That's the range. So, okay. And I forget if they're all equally probable, actually. Yeah, over enchanting is a thing. Looks like you can go up to +7 with weapons. Okay. So armor is different. Armor. All right. So basically, I think I'm safe to use a blessed enchant weapon on Grace Wanderer. Though it would be nice to know what the plus is. I should identify that at some point. And you know, it might seem nice. Well, it'd be good. It might seem like, well, it'd be good to balance them, but I get more of a bonus from Grace Wanderer because remember the enchantment gets multiplied, and I'm always going to be using this pretty much. So I pretty much only want to start enchanting the katana once I've maxed out Grace Wanderer. That's how I think I want to play it. All right, so let's do that. We're going to enchant weapon Grace Wanderer. Did I take out the enchant weapon? I did. So we're going to dip that. Ta-da. Now we have to, I think because this is the alternate weapon, the wielded in other hand, it'll necessarily enchant this, but I'm not 100% sure, so I just want to be careful and not Snickers. Oops, I don't want to do that. Yeah, now it's not wielded. Katana's not wielded, so it should apply to this one. I'm gonna read lowercase f. Your silver saber named Grace Wanderer glows blue for a while. Nice. Okay. It would be good to do blessed identification as well. But the thing is, knowing the enchantment of this thing for sure isn't my top thing I want to identify. Although that would be nice. Like, you know, I want to know some of these unknown rings. I want to know some of these unknown wands. Maybe some of the gems. Let's do an identification though. Let's take out scroll of identification that I know I have, and I'll bless that. There we go. Uncursed identify. I'm gonna dip. Then we have to rearrange equipment. Okay, it's a blessed identify. It's always good. Sometimes you luck out and blessed identify will unlock. Sorry, not unlock. Identify everything in your possession, but I don't think it recursively goes into bags. So you want to put everything unidentified on your main top level inventory. But let's look it up. Yeah, so these are the odds. There's a 1/5 chance as a blessed to identify everything. It's equal 1/5 each for 1 item, 2, 3, 4, and everything. And if your luck is positive, you get 2 instead of 1 in the outcome of 1 item. So I'll at least identify 2, basically. Be sure to have as many unidentified items in your open inventory as reasonably possible. Yeah. It's so good to have the identify spell. You just don't have to worry about any of this. You just, I can't identify. I can't identify. It's just so good. That's why the wizards are fun and priests. Anyway. Yeah, all right. So it seems like I just want to put everything I don't have identified on my top level inventory. Right then, so this is when I have to apply brain cells, unfortunately. This scroll, I guess. Knapsack cannon. Right, so I have to drop a whole bunch of crap. I don't want to drop the reflection amulet just because I'm paranoid. If I somehow lost that through some freak accident, that would be very bad. I'll drop one of the scrolls of teleport. Uncursed full healing, sure. Uncursed +1 increased damage. That. First ring of slow digestion. This one can drop. Speed monster, 3 charges can drop. Teleportation. Blindfold, key. Blessed unicorn horn. Drop those. Okay. Get that scroll. I forget if identifying tells you what's actually in the tin. I think it does. I guess it's worth taking those out. What else? Uncursed pancakes. Get the gems. And I'll drop Blessed Elven Arrows. 13 Ya. It would suck to lose those too, but I'm not gonna. It's just paranoia. I have 2 of those uncursed ruby rings. I guess I could drop one. I think, yeah, it's unlikely I'll actually get everything identified, but if I do get that 1/5 chance, it'll be totally worth it to have everything out. What did I just do? I dropped it back. Hold on. All right, what else? I know all these scrolls pretty much. I know that. It would be good to know the charges on my magic marker and the gems. And I guess the lamp, if I can hold it, and I can't. Let's drop a couple more things. Shoot. One of striking out of charges isn't really worth much. I mean, this is pretty good. Just take out one more thing and let's just read it. All right, here we go. Blessed scroll of identify. Let's get that 1/5 chance, baby. I gotta choose things. Okay. I'm not sure if it prompts you it like this, does it necessarily mean it's not an all identify? Anyway, you gotta choose the things that you most want to identify first. I guess the scroll that's unknown. Maybe I should just do Grace Wandier. It would just be good to have actual knowledge of that enchantment. I'll put Grace Wandier, and it's going to do that first because it's like first in the inventory. It's kind of weird how that works. Let's get some of these rings, I guess. I'll select them all. I don't know. Let's get the wands, gem, magic marker. All right, we got the blessed +5 Grace Wand, dude. That's good to see. Scroll was amnesia. That's good to know that we don't have that garbage. +0 ring of increased accuracy. Okay, so we got 3 identification. It was good, not great, but good. But yeah, it's good to see we got the blessed +5 Grace Wand, dude. That's fantastic. And again, that +5 is part of the doubling. It gets doubled. Scroll of amnesia. Is there any use for it, or can I wipe my butt with that? Might just drop it. It abuses your wisdom just for reading it. Yeah, it seems like this is just terrible. Oof. It's like this is the effect the mind flayers have on you. So I'm glad. You know, I hate that so much. So I'm glad I got rid of that. I mean, I've identified it now. I don't have to read it. It's like a 1/3 chance that you forget 1 to 25% of your object discovery. That is horrible. Horrible. There's a 1/3 chance you forget 1 to 25% of other levels you've visited. And you always lose memory of the current one, right? Yeah, you forget the map of the current. Oof. You forget overview information, including any annotations. Ah, you forget the traps. Oh my god. Horrible, horrible. I want to burn that thing. I'm just going to drop it, though. I'm not going to literally try to get... I'm not going to try to get rid of it. Although I could by like dipping it in water. Anyway, but yeah, +5 Great Swan here. That's pretty neat. So basically, I have to do the math about how to enchant it next. I can basically take it to +7, but I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I think I can read a blessed one now, but it'll be less likely to give me 2. I might want to just I don't know. I have to look up the math when I'm more energetic. When I'm more alive. But yeah, I have a lot more stuff I can. A lot more holy water I can use. Actually don't have a huge amount of need for it at the moment that I can think. I guess I can bless my katana. That would probably be good to do. That's kind of one of my main weapons. And that gives me a bump against undead stuff. But let's see what else. Do I have? I think I still have some enchantments actually. I think I had like their curse, so I need like 2 levels of upgrade. Yeah. All right. Might be worth just dipping into it. Also gain level. It would take again 2, but although as that David dude pointed out, I might want to hold off on gaining levels until I can do the thing where you pay a lot of money to a priest to give you an inherent, like an intrinsic armor class bonus. There's a limit to that, so you could maximize that. You could do that right as much as possible, and then focus on leveling up more, which I should have thought of earlier, but I did not. Just still things for me to learn in this crazy game of Nethack. But you know, there isn't really a whole lot of stuff that's screaming out to me as this would be awesome to be blessed right now. But yeah, I might do the 2 levels of those enchant weapon and armor. And I guess I'll do the katana. Might as well. Let's dip the katana. All right, blessed rust proof +1 katana. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, eventually I'll do the 2 levels of gain level. You know, make it uncursed and blessed. But for now, let's just hold on to it. And yeah, I guess I'll do it for these 2 guys. That's 4. It kind of sucks to burn 4 for that, but kind of what it's for, right? Now I'm thinking, can I just use remove curse? What are the chances it would remove curse as I like it? Would that be more economical, so to speak? Because you know it's kind of harder to find holy water. And this is where I'm like, oh, now I'm thinking beyond my capacity at this time of night. Uncurse all items. Yeah. It uncurses all cursed items in the hero's inventory. It might be worth doing. You know, I could even argue I should postpone it until I get something really bad that's cursed. But it's not like I'm going to be trying on random armor and weapons. And I could get 2 for that 1 read and then use 2 potions of blessing instead of 2 holy water instead of 4. Basically, it's 2 holy water and a remove curse, or 4 holy water. I think I like the first choice better. And, you know, I'll find more remove curses along the way. All right, I guess I'm going to do that. And I guess I probably have other curse things I can... Yeah, I got like this. And I think in my bag I had something else cursed. Items known to be cursed. Yeah, oh, I could do the gain level at the same time. And all these things, really. If my knapsack could accommodate them. All right, yeah, let's do it. Did I take out remove curse? I did not. Okay, let's read the remove curse. Take a screenshot so I can compare. Let's just look at the first screen. What's the point of blessing then? Oh, did I just read it wrong? Hold on, I'm rereading it again. I think it's only the blessed one. A blessed scroll will uncurse all cursed items in the hero's inventory. An uncursed scroll uncurses all equipped items. Especially, okay, why did I guess I read it wrong. All right. Like just before I was about to use this, I was kind of like, this seems fishy. It seems like too good. And then like, what would blessed even do that? Now, I guess I could consider it worth expending one holy water to make the remove curse blessed, and then it would uncurse this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Gain level is actually pretty big to uncurse. This jade ring, well, it's probably something I don't want to put on anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. I think it's worth it. I'm going to do it. Okay, so we're going to dip. Remove curse into holy water. And let's read it. You feel like someone is helping. Oh, look at that. This is not curse. This is not curse. This is not curse. Wow, that's nice. Good stuff. Okay. And now let's get some extra enchantments going here. Yeah, it's a little challenging. I'm gonna have to look up the complicated math. All right, let's do it. Great. So let's look up. I don't know. Should we do armor? The thing is, most of this armor I don't want to keep forever, except speed boots and the gauntlets of power. I guess I might as well do the speed boots enchantment then. The armor enchantments, I think I'm kind of done with the gauntlets of power, unfortunately, because it starts to get risky at this point, if I recall correctly. I think the risk is kind of low to enchant +4, but it's non-zero. You just don't want to. I don't want to play around with disintegrating that. Let's take a look. What's it? 12:15. I gotta go. Jeez. Maybe I should just do it right here. Let's just finish this one thing we're looking up. Okay, so blessed. One piece of currently worn armor is randomly selected, enchanted, and blessed. Other armor. Oh, for dragon scales, you can make the scale mail. If the incur enchantment, this is what it is for the gauntlets of power. Additional possible will be 1 to 2. Enchantment gains determined as follows. If the current enchantment is 9 or higher, there's a 1 in current enchantment chance of gaining 1 additional point. If the current enchantment is below +9, the armor gains 1 point of enchantment plus a random number from 0 to 3 over a current enchantment over 3. Okay, so this would be 3. Current enchantment is 4, so it would be a random number from 0 to 3 minus 4/3. That's negative. So that means only 1 then. Can it only do 1? I think that's what it's saying. So it would be 1 plus 0 to a negative. Yeah. This means a +3 piece of armor has a 50% chance of being enchanted to +5 by a blessed scroll. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of why I played it wrong, I think. But what about the vaporization? Yeah. The enchantment is already above +3. It may be destroyed when a non-cursed scroll is read. Okay. Oh, doesn't mean uncursed. Non means uncursed or blessed. Okay. All right. Basically, it's not safe for me to enchant that thing anymore. I'll leave that alone. I guess I could just do the speed boots. Speed boots, and I could do I think I can do Grace Wender to make it +7. I guess I have to look up enchant arm weapon too if I want to do that. Then I'll work on katana after that if I do get it to +7. Let's see. It's another up to 2 kind of a thing. That if the current enchantment is +5 or less, and here will be the blessed scroll. The scroll add 1 to 3. This is the same math. 1 to 3 minus current enchantment over 3 points, which would be 1. Well, if the current enchantment is +6 or more, the blessed scroll will behave the same as uncursed. Wait a minute, wouldn't that be? I think I need to go to bed. But if it's 5, that means this part here is 3 minus. Oh, okay, I see the math now. 3 minus 5/3. 5/3 is less than 2, so I guess it depends how the rounding works. It must round up, I guess. At +5 is the highest enchantment weapon can be further enchanted without risk of evaporating. It's common to read uncursed scroll. Right, okay. Yeah, so there's a similar principle for armor that I kind of messed up with the Golems of Power. But it looks like it's saying, it helps that it kind of points this, it spells this out plainly so I don't have to wonder about the math. Basically, it's common at +5. Once you get to +5, well, they're saying you can read uncursed scrolls to get to +5, but it doesn't really matter how you get there. I'm there, right? Then read a blessed one at +5 to try to raise it to +7. Okay, that seems like a good thing to do then. I'll try to get it to +7 by reading the blessed roll of enchant weapon right now. And I might only get 6, but hopefully I get 7. Okay. Let's dip it. Dip it good. That's lowercase f we're dipping. All right, let's again make sure we're only wielding Gray Swan here. Katana is not wielded. Okay, that should be good. We also have to upgrade this bow and potentially the arrows. Can't forget those. Oh, I made enchant armor blend. I'm so tired. All right, let's dip S2. I was gonna do that anyway though. Enchant weapon. Dip it into the blessed water. Okay, now we're gonna dip X into S. Jesus Christ, no. Read, yeah, I think I gotta be done. Let's just finish this one thing that I'm done. Read S, enchant weapon on X. All right, Grace Wender glows blue for a while. Grace Wender suddenly vibrates unexpectedly. Okay, let's add its limit. +7 though, nice. That is awesome. +7 Grace Wonder. And again, if you look at that wiki page that we were on before, you can see how awesome that is. Come on, just all right. So this is what it'll do. +7 Grace Wonder is going to do an average of 23 damage. And against silver hating creatures, it'll do an average of 33.5. That's pretty sweet. And that's not figuring in my skill, I guess. Although I'm only at basic skill with this weapon. All right, so as I keep saying, I'm so tired. I'm making, I'm saying stupid things that make no sense. It's probably time to call it. So I will do that. Maybe next time I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the Scroll of Enchant Armor. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to do it on, say, the speed boots if I am going to stick with that for the rest of the game. But now I have to look up, is there a better pair of boots I could have? Probably I just want to keep speed boots. Ascension kit. Boots. Right, but speed boots and jumping spell or jumping boots and haste, yeah. Right, basically you probably want speed boots like I have. Though you might swap out for special boots, like jumping boots, as needed. That's actually quite good at the end of the game. The very last level, you try to jump, you try to plow your way through these hordes of creatures. You zap them away with wands of teleport, then you can jump to take some extra steps faster, essentially. Anyway, it'll be good to enchant it nonetheless. So let's just do that. I just have to take off my other armor to make sure the right thing gets enchanted. I'm going to be encumbered when I take off these gauntlets of power. No, not any worse than I already am. Okay. Speed boots. We're going to read the blessed scroll of enchant armor, which is F. All right, let's do it. Your pair of speed boots glow silver for a while, and they're now +2 speed boots. Nice. Okay, let's put everything back on. All right, now the armor class of our character is a nice solid -7. Negative is better in Nethack. It's like old school D&D. Yeah, I feel like we're getting pretty powerful. And it's cool that we uncursed a bunch of stuff, including the gain level potion especially. But yeah, let's call it a night. I am so tired and I got to get up in like 6 hours, maybe 6.5. So that's all. I don't know who's still here, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys maybe on the Saturday stream, if I do have one this Saturday, in which I will continue the Dracula game book that I've been playing. Or if not, hopefully see you next Tuesday or Wednesday, occasionally Thursday, on the midweek stream, in which I am playing through this Nethack run. So far, it's going pretty well. But that's it for tonight. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.